And we are live. How's everybody doing tonight? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and you're watching and/or listening to ABL Live. Thank y'all for joining me tonight. You could be almost anywhere in the world, but you're right here with me live on the show, and I appreciate y'all for that. There's a whole lot going on all over the internets, all over mainstream media, social media, everywhere, and I'm not sure where to start. First of all, the obvious. Right around 2 a.m. this morning, Eastern time, I'm getting ready to go to bed. All of a sudden, my phone goes crazy. My phone goes totally bananas. What's going on? There's a strike on Iran. There's a whole lot to talk about there. US, Israel, the reaction from the Iranian people in Iran and all over the world has been pretty positive. The usual suspects are upset. The usual paid protesters. 1 month it is, what was it? It was Ukraine, Palestine, Venezuela. Every other month, there's a new thing that they want to get behind. And then all of a sudden, on that month, when a new thing happens, the old thing goes away. Okay, like it never even existed. We'll talk about that a little bit more a little bit later. Also, the details from the media when it first came out were a little sketchy. First, it said it was just Israel. Then it said it was US and Israel. There's a whole lot there. Why did we do this? What's the benefit for us? What do we get out of it? We'll talk about all those things a lot more a little bit later. And also the celebrations, jubilant, nobody crying, nobody upset, only crying tears of joy. We'll talk about all those things. Well, that main thing and maybe a few more things on tonight's episode of ABL Live. And thank y'all again for being here. I most certainly appreciate you guys. I'm glad to be here. I did get some sleep. Let me tell you what happened to me, because I've been covering this story pretty much since it broke, literally, like 2 a.m. So I'm literally I'm in the bed, right? I'm at my phone looking at stuff. My phone start going crazy. It's 2 o'clock in the morning, Eastern time, literally. Like the first video I posted was 1:58 a.m. Okay. Matter of fact, I'm gonna show you right here. See that right there? This was the first video that came out. It says Israel has just launched a preemptive attack or strike on Iran. Israel announced a state of emergency is embraced for potential retaliation. Right, and you can see it right here. Right, it says Israel launches attack on Iran. So some people saw that and they're like, "Hey, ABL, you just wanted to blame the Jews. You hate the Jews. All this, that, and the third." I'm just reading what the news says, okay? One thing about me, you guys know me to be an accurate person, and I take pride in that. I want you to come to this channel and get real information, accurate information. If it's just my opinion, I'll tell you. If it's factual information, I'll back it up with sources and everything else, okay? So that's what it said at first, 1:58 a.m. And then it kept going and going and going. And then there were statements released. Trump put out a video. Benjamin Netanyahu put out a video. The Crown Prince, Reza Pahlavi, put out a video. So I manually, if you guys saw that video of the Crown Prince talking, a little 3-minute video, I did the translations on that kind of manually. I put it in the app, and the app gave me, I guess, what the Arabic script, but I know it's not Arabic language, but it gave me that script. So I'm like, okay, what do? I went to his page where he had the whole transcript, and I was able to use that for reference. And I took each piece that it gave me in this app, each line, put it into Google Translate, and I was able to match it up. So I did that manually. It took me like an hour. It took me an hour to do the manual translations. Now, of course, they came out with a video later that already had the translations on it, but I'm up. I don't got time to be trying to wait on that. I'm trying to go to bed. But anyway, so I was doing that pretty much all night. I went to bed probably about 7 o'clock, 7:30, I say, a.m., and I got up at about 10 o'clock, 10:30. Now, I did go back to sleep for a little while before I started the stream, so I do have some sleep. I did get hydrated. I did get some food. And the crazy part is that on Friday, I was doing the fast. See, I'm trying to do something different. I try to fast on Monday and Friday. Just doing something different just because why not, right? But it just so happened I needed a little bit more energy on yesterday than I had in the tank, but I was able to get it done. This is a pretty historic moment. Some people don't like what's going on, but let me just explain this. I think that it's okay as long as there's no drawn out conflict. That's the key. As long as it ain't no drawn out conflict, then we're good. The issue with an Iraq and Afghanistan is a 20-year conflict, the perpetual war, to the point where it's like you're just doing that to generate revenue. The war is an economy in itself, but that shouldn't be the way these things are done. Also, it should be at the invitation of the people. They said that 80% or 81% of the Iranian people do not like the current regime. And let's talk about that. The Iranians, the same as the Egyptians and other groups of people in the Middle East, were not naturally Muslim. They were not naturally part of Islam. Islam spread to these people through the sword. Let's talk about Iran specifically. Prior to 1979, they were more like the US. They were similar to us. Not the same, of course. They have their own religion, the Persian history. They got a long and deep history. So I'm not trying to say they just copied the US. No. But they were not this Islamic republic until 1979, where Ayatollah Khamenei came on in, the first Ayatollah, before this guy that just got deleted. RIP to him. Okay. But before him, there was somebody else. And he deposed the first Shah of Iran, Mohammed Pahlavi. I think that's the father of Reza Pahlavi, who is the exiled crown prince, who put out the video that I had to do the manual translations on. But anyway, the Shah of Iran got deposed in 1979. He got kicked out, basically. And then they bring in the Islamic regime. So that regime has been there since 1979. And the people, largely, again, 81% of them in Iran don't like the regime. So when the strikes happened, it was like, thank you, God. Thank you, God. I appreciate you for doing this. That's kind of what it was. And let me tell you something else. I've been told this for a while by the Persian people, by the Iranians. I may have said this before on a live stream, but I spoke to an Iranian lady. I ain't going to say her name. I ain't going to put her out there. But if you're watching this and you want me to say your name or you want to do an interview, let me know. But she told me, she was like, hey, I know you're a popular person. You got people that follow you. Like, she was asking me, like, hey, do you have anybody, like, does Trump follow you? Does anybody administration follow you? She was like, look, tell Trump to go ahead and push the button. Tell Trump to push the button and free the people, because all of this really kind of came to a head. I'm not going to say it's when it started, obviously. This has been a long time coming. It's been years and years and years coming. But the most recent events that took place was when Venezuela happened. That let off a smoke signal to the whole world that you can get rid of your dictatorship. You can be free from your oppressive regime in your country. Okay? Hey, just call Trump. Put up a big orange, put up a Cheeto in the sky with the bat signal, and Trump gonna come to the rescue. Remember? When Venezuela happens, Maduro is captured, Venezuelans are celebrating, all in the streets, dancing, all this. The world saw that. A lot of countries are like, hey, can you come do that for us? Can you do for us what you did for them in Venezuela? And the Iranians are one of them. And remember, Trump put out a message. Matter of fact, let me see if I can pull it up right quick. Trump put out a message, and he was saying to the Iranian people, you know, help's on the way. Here it is right here. Okay. Remember this? This is on True Social. So he said, right around Venezuela time, Iranian patriots, keep protesting, take over your institutions, save the names of the killers and abusers. They will pay a big price. I've canceled all meetings with Iranian officials until the senseless killing of protesters stops. Help is on the way. Make Iran great again. President Donald J. Trump. So this is what he said. And they took that to heart. They were like, you know what? Say less. So they went out there, they protested. They went out there, they made their voices heard. Now, as a result of his promise and as a result of them seeing that this could be done and sees an opportunity to go out there and take their country back, as a result of that, some 40,000 people were killed. I think the exact number is 36,500. Let me see if I can pull an article up right quick. Yeah, so here we go. 36,500 Iranians were killed because they were protesting, and or the regime thought they might be. They thought they might be in favor of them, sympathetic of them. They were going door to door, killing people, execution style, gunshot back of the head. Again, 36,500 killed. Okay, you can see body bag is all over the place. And this is Iranian media, but it's all over the place. I could pull it up on Time. Matter of fact, here it is. Let's go to Time Magazine, since you got to just believe the Western institutions. Some of you guys, not all you guys. But there you go. Iran protests, death toll could top 30,000 according to local health officials. So it's all over the place. You could Google it. Don't just believe me. You know, like I always tell you guys, don't believe me. Do your own research. You'll find what you need to find. But this was as a result of them protesting. They did not want the Iranian regime. Thousands of them were killed, and not just in one fell swoop, not just like in one incident, but it was a continuous humanitarian catastrophe. Hundreds were killed every day after that because they were going door to door hunting for people who may be against the regime. This is a humanitarian crisis. So as a result, and of course, this was a long time coming, here comes the Americans to save the day. And they did just that. When this happens, people in the street dancing, people crying, tears of joy, you're welcome. And you know what? It needed to happen for them and for us. Now, some are going to say this is an Israel war. Explain to me how that makes sense. Explain to me how it's an Israel war. Because Israel was involved. Let me tell you something I've noticed. Over the past few days about the world. And I'm going to say this, and don't nobody get offended. If you are in these countries I'm speaking about, if you're in Europe or anywhere in the world, do not be offended at what I'm about to say. But this is just my observation. What I've noticed about the world is that some countries are weak and they can't do nothing for you. If the Israelis were not going to partner with us on this, if the Israelis are not going to do this joint strike with us, then who would have? Who would have been the other partner and do this strike with us, aside from the Israelis? Okay, so either we go alone or we go with another nation. Who would a nation be if not Israel? What, the UK? I mean, you saw my, look, I did my video about that dude that got Tourette's allegedly. I mean, the people in UK, oh my Lord, knuckle draggers, 1 foot in the cave. Same thing all over Europe, same thing. Low birth rate, they don't know anything, they're brainwashed by their people, they have no desire to fight, they're transgender, they got all kind of weird stuff going on, okay? Out of all those European nations or European satellite type nations like Israel, who would be the best one to go into a battle with? Anybody want to take a guess? Like, who would it be? Albania, Poland, and shout out to them. Shout out to the Albanians if you're watching. Shout out to you if you Polish and you watching. But what are y'all gonna do? Bring some bratwurst and some borscht and stuff like this to the fight? Or are we gonna get some of that high-tech Israeli stuff? Okay. The Israelis, in my opinion, are just the USA 2.0, and they have a strategic location. They are a strategic partner. Some are going to see it from this, tinfoil hat internet user space of, well, we controlled by the Jews and the Zionists and synagogue of Satan, stupid stuff. Okay, silly stuff. You're not looking at it from a truly strategic point of view, in my humble opinion. And I don't want to offend nobody. That's just my humble opinion. If you feel differently, it's okay. I don't want to offend you. I'm just telling you how I feel. It's simple as that. So I don't see it as a war for the Israelis. And quite frankly, they got a lot to lose because they can get hit. They got strike right after that. They got strike. You get missiles coming in from the Iranians. They kind of in close proximity. It's danger on them. It's danger on them. UK would be a good partner because they kind of far away. But anyway, they're not. They're not. It's the Israelis. They got the location close and they got that up there. A lot of other nations don't. And of course, you in that part of the world where your allies are starting to become few and far in between. Who are you gonna call China to help you? China and Russia want Iran to succeed as far as the Islamic regime. They want that to continue because it helps them. Also, if Iran is able to continue being the largest state sponsor of terror in the world, how about Venezuela? How about Cuba? That could be kind of a satellite influence of Iran, Russia, China. So it's important for us to get control of that so that does not become a threat to us, because if they become a threat to us, then the whole world is jeopardized. Because if the U.S. falls, listen to me now very clearly. If the U.S. falls, it's a wrap for the entire world. Now, somebody going to say you're a $7,000 sellout. Please stop being retarded. I'm just saying, please stop being retarded. I've been here for a very long time. I think I've proven myself to be a trustworthy person, to be an accurate source. I don't think I've ever been wrong. I mean, you may not agree with my opinion, like the whole Carmelo Anthony situation. That's just a matter of an opinion. You feel like I didn't get that right. It's just your feelings acting up. But as far as facts, as far as real information, I don't get stuff incorrect, because if I don't know something, I'm not going to say it. I'm going to tell you directly, I don't know. I don't have the information. You guys call me on the phone, ask me random questions. If I don't know, I'm going to say, you know what? I don't know nothing about that. I have no idea. I got to do my research. And I tell y'all to don't even believe me when I do tell you something. But when you do fact check me, you're going to find that I'm correct. You're going to see that I'm right. The $7,000, the Israel, that's just like low-level thinking. You are in the cave yourself. You are also a knuckle dragger. Caveman mentality. Let's step it up a little bit. It's 2026. We don't have time to be anti-intellectual right now. We don't got time for that. It's fun to come up with these conspiracy theories and things of this nature that are not rooted in any kind of actual evidence. It's fun to do that, but at a certain point, you can't move forward in your life if that is what you are basing your whole life on, things you can't prove. And again, I tell y'all, don't believe me, don't believe them, do your own research. That's my motto. That's my whole thing. I hinge my whole YouTube and internet presence on. $7,000. I mean, it's just silly. It's just silly. It's just internet stuff. You watching the influencer say something and you believe it without actually doing any kind of research. Which is funny, because if I tell you to do research and look into it and figure it out, you refuse if you believe something that you heard on the internet. Now, I was always told as a kid, don't believe whatever you read on the internet, because there was a certain time when internet first came out. You guys remember? If you're my age, you remember. And back then, people would just believe whatever they saw. They go on AOL.com, they log on, all you know how it was with your house phone. Okay, you log on, all of a sudden you see on the front screen, Godzilla spotted in Brooklyn. Oh man, look, you see Godzilla? That's not real. You be in the checkout line and you see the Sun magazine and it say Elvis then got spotted in Trader Joe's in Washington, D.C., you gonna believe it. Don't do that. Please stop. Do your own research and figure it out for real. Figure it out for real. But shout out to you guys. I appreciate y'all for rocking and rolling. I understand some of you guys who are military veterans and you're kind of triggered by what's happening right now. It gives you visions of Iraq and Afghanistan. I get it. I totally understand. In my video today, I said, look, if this is going to be in and out, thief in the night, one hitter quitter, brief operation, I'm for it. If we're going to be there for 20 years and losing a bunch of American lives for no reason, then I'm not with it. You see, there's a certain way you got to do things. Now, some say that we should do nothing and just leave it be. Okay, I understand that point, but let's talk about that. If we do nothing and leave it be, number one, the Iranians are going to continue to die. They're going to continue to suffer. That's first. If you don't care about that, okay. What about when you got Cuba, which is going to be an issue? Because they're totally dependent upon the outside world. If we don't take over, then they will. That's going to be a threat 90 miles from Florida. Do you want that? Venezuela, same thing. On our side of the hemisphere, it's going to be a threat to us. And again, if we fall, then the whole world falls. So not only will you suffer in America, but everybody's going to suffer. So did you actually achieve anything by leaving it be? If you leave it be, then others will most certainly act where you fail to act. Jimmy Carter, RIP. Some say the Shah of Iran was overthrown in 1979 because Jimmy Carter didn't do anything to prevent it. Now, I'm not saying that's the case, but it could have been. It could have been. What if he intervenes and stops that? Do we have what we have right now today? You see, you're kicking the can down the road for future generations to deal with. And when you do that, the problem can metastasize and become worse. It's like if you see cancer in somebody's body and you could treat it, but you say, you know what, we ain't going to intervene with that cancer. We're going to let it be. It's okay. And then 5 years later, the person is dead because it didn't spread throughout their body. You see what I'm saying? That's kind of the way I see it. So anybody want to say whatever they want about me, it ain't gonna be the first time. I'd have been called everything but a child of God since before the internet even existed. So it ain't nothing new for me. Okay, you can't call me nothing that I've not heard before. It's gonna hurt my feelings or make me stop. So if you got a tinfoil hat on and you want to project whatever your tinfoil hat thoughts are on me, that's totally fine. Knock yourself out, but it ain't gonna make a difference. It won't make a difference at all. I'm gonna keep on saying what I gotta say. And those who recognize what the reality is and the truth is will follow me still. They'll follow me still, so it's okay. Okay, but shout out to you guys. I appreciate y'all for rocking and rolling. If you like what you're hearing so far, please give the video a thumbs up. Like the video, share the video, do all that good stuff. That'll help me out tremendously. Now, somebody says they want lower food prices. Well, my question would be to those that they want lower food prices, how much do you spend on food? And you know what? I'm gonna ask you this because I got a video about that. Actually, I'm gonna play a little bit later. I got a video for you, boss. Not trying to attack you, but I'm saying to those who want lower food prices, y'all know me. I'm Mr. Health Nut. I don't even eat 2 days out the week, and I eat one time a day when I do. How much do you eat? What do you eat? Do you do DoorDash? Okay, do you spend $25 for a Chick-fil-A sandwich every day, and you eat that 2 or 3 times a day? How much do you spend on food? How much do you weigh? Are you a big back? Are you 500 pounds? That's my question, because we're trying to feed an elephant or hippopotamus. That's going to be a lot more than feeding a regular human being. Okay, if you're 150 pounds versus 800 pounds, the feed cost for you will be different. So let's talk about that. Let's talk about it for real. Let's not just say things in an abstract. Let's make it apply to you specifically. Okay, how can you save money? How can you cut costs? How can you live differently? This is America. When there's a will, there's a way. When you're other parts of the world and you live in how they live, things aren't always as simple as what they are here to do. Okay, but here there's so much choice and opportunity and ability to move and do different things. Understand this. If you're living in Europe and you don't speak a lot of different languages, you kind of stuck. I mean, if you got English, maybe okay, but let's say you grew up in a place like Ukraine and all you have is Ukrainian, maybe a little bit of Russian. You don't speak no English. What you gonna do? Where you gonna go? What are you gonna do? But in America, we have a place geographically that's like the size of Europe, not completely, but for the most part. And everybody speaks English. I mean, California a little bit different. Hey, you go to California, you might gotta pick some penny. You know, pick a little penny in California. That's pretty much Mexico part 2. But anyway, usually all you need is English. You need no passport to go from California to Texas to New York. You can move around for better opportunities, and it's easy for you to do it. And you're in a rich country, but you're in Europe, and all you got is, you're from Finland, and all you got is a Suomi language. What you gonna do? You're pretty much stuck right there. You see what I'm saying? It's much easier to succeed over here and change your life here than it is anywhere else in the world. So if you have a concern about the cost of things, I would ask you, where do you live? What do you do? How much are you spending? What's your life like? What's your lifestyle expenses? Like, what are we doing exactly? Are we doing DoorDash every day? Are we doing Starbucks every day? Let's get down to it. For real, for real. But anyway, shout out to you guys. Hold on. My man says, go for my bit back. Exactly. Go for my bit back. Exactly. Our Black Pearl says exactly ABL, because I'm in New York and I shop groceries and I don't pay high price food. I was taught to shop for sales. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, and then one of the main things, people eat too much. They eat way too much. 3 meals a day and it's all big back stuff. Yeah, you're going to spend a lot of money. I happen to be 215 pounds right now and I eat 1 meal a day and I fast twice a week. How I do that? Make it make sense. Make it make sense. But anyway, shout out to you guys. I appreciate y'all for rocking and rolling. I'm gonna read some of these comments and then I'm gonna keep on rocking and rolling. NASA says, I'm from Netherlands, speaking Dutch, German, and English. There you go. Now, how many Americans have 3 languages as their ways of communication? A lot of Americans struggle with English, let alone speaking, which is got German and Dutch. they struggle with English. You want them to speak 2 more languages on top of that? That's a whole lot. That's a whole lot going on. All right. Do I lift weights and do cardio? I do cardio. I do like calisthenics, push-ups, pull-ups. Yeah, that's my thing. I'm not really a heavy weights guy. I have some weights, but my thing is mostly cardio. But and calisthenics. That's always been my thing for a very long time. All right. But shout out to you guys. I appreciate y'all for rocking and rolling. If you like what you're hearing so far, please give the video a thumbs up. Hey, Anubis, someone's not a bodybuilding channel. Hey, Anubis, if you a bit back, just say that. I'm just playing a little bit. But if you like what you're hearing so far, please give the video a thumbs up. Like the video, share the video, do all that good stuff. That'll help me out tremendously. Now, we got quite a bit to get into. Somebody said something about Kamala Harris right there. We got something from her. She's responded to this whole thing that's happening. We got some words from Marco Rubio. And by the way, Rubio, bro, that's the guy right there. I don't know. Rubio could pretty much do anything. Rubio could be the Shah of Iran, the leader of Cuba, Venezuela, Greenland, USA. He could pretty much just, let's let Marco Rubio administer half of the globe. Just half. Or how about this? Let Marco get 33%. Matter of fact, since we are the USA, we need to get the majority. Let Marco have 40% of the world and then give 30 to Xi Jinping and 30 to Vladimir Putin. That'd be fair. And so we don't got to keep appointing him the king, the Shah, the emperor, the prime minister, the this, the that. Let him have 40% of the world and let them have 30%. There we go. Hey, I hope that Marco Rubio does become the first Latino president, not because he's Latino, but because he's a fantastic leader, in my humble opinion. And I was talking about Marco Rubio before, and I'm seeing some of the comments. ABL, he's not 6 foot tall like you said. He's not 6 foot tall. I get it. I don't have the 6 foot tall requirement. I'm just saying, usually people, when they voting for somebody, they want a guy that's like between, they want a guy that's like 6'2". They want a guy that's like that height. Okay? They want a guy that's my height. Everywhere I go for the past 20 years, everybody asks me, do you want to be a politician? Because they see the way I look and they see the way I speak. That's just what they do. Same thing with Trump, Obama, Slick Willie, W.H.W., Reagan. That's what it is. But Marco is different because he's been able to impress people on the job. And I think Trump is intentionally giving them a platform, boosting them up by giving them this job, that job, this job, and that job. He's probably doing that on purpose to have a successor already lined up. So when it comes time for the general election in 2028, it's easy. That guy is already pretty much doing everything a president would do. So vote him in to keep the party going. I think it's done on purpose. Now, JD Vance, I like JD, but like I said before, he don't really have it. He's still kind of like, how to do this? You know, that ain't really going to get it done trying to be the president of the USA. You know, that's critical of me to say that, but I mean, it's going to be critical when you're out there in the campaign trail. I mean, me saying that is nothing compared to what they're going to do in the campaign trail. They're going to look into your background with a fine-tooth comb, magnifying glass. They're going to bring out the Hubble telescope, look into your past. And any little imperfection, any little kind of weird trait you got will be highlighted. Same thing with Ron DeSantis. And I'm going to get to some videos in a minute. Same thing with Ron DeSantis. I like DeSantis when he first starts making a little bit of noise, but when you saw him out there in the campaign trail, he's nervous, he's fidgeting, he's wearing five-inch cowboy boots, like he got on high heels with these cowboy boots. He didn't quite have it. I like him, but he didn't quite have it. Same thing, JD Vance, not yet. Everyone can improve, but right now, Rubio got it, and I think everybody sees it, and I know Trump sees it. That's why he's being pushed to the front like this right now. Not just because he's good, but because he's actually able to get things done. He's effective at his job. So that's what it is. But shout out to you guys. I appreciate y'all for rocking and rolling. If you like what you're hearing so far, please give the video a thumbs up. Like the video, share the video, do all that good stuff. That'll help me out tremendously. ER says AOC Fetterman 2028. Hey, who will be the guy or the girl who's going to run? Like I was saying before, you have, okay, before I get to some clips, I know I'm kind of, pontificating here. I'm bloviating a little bit. Pardon me. Who's going to be the person in 2028 for the Democrats? I think it'd be Rubio, if not JD Vance, for us. But on the other side, on the Democratic side, who will be the nominee? Who do we have in the running? Gavin Newsom, who is a complete moron, a stone cold stomp down moron with a funny tan, pink tan. Okay, he could never copy Trump's orange glow. He's trying to copy Trump's orange glow, but he looking like this right here. He looking like this is a glasses clip. He looking like a flower in the face. It's crazy. So Gavin Newsom, Jasmine Crockett, Stephen A. Smith, AOC, Fetterman, a guy with a brain injury, Kamala Harris, who can't put two words together. I look forward to 2028, but before I go any further, shout out to you guys for watching. I appreciate y'all for being here. If you like what you're hearing so far, please give the video a thumbs up. Like the video, share the video, do all that good stuff. That'll help me out tremendously. Yeah, Big Mike. Big Mike ain't gonna do. Hey, you know what? What's funny is that Big Mike, meaning Michelle Obama, could have run in 2024 and she would have had some success a little bit, but she don't want to do it. They're done. They say, you know what? Y'all got it. Don't worry about it. So Big Mike, since there is no Obama name attached to this, not even in the form of a Joe Biden, who was the vice president of Barack Obama for 2 terms, who's it going to be? Now you got to try to create somebody else. They're trying to create this guy, James Tallarico. This dude looking like Howdy Doody as well. He's even more Howdy Doody about it. He's even more of that than JD Vance is. Funny face, small face, like he's kind of like, you know what I mean? He don't got it. But anyway, before I go any further and keep talking, shout out to you guys for watching. Shout out to the sponsors of the show. Shout out to patriotpost.us, your best source of news and information anywhere on these interwebs. Their link will always be in the description, or just go to your favorite. Now, I'm way ahead of myself. Patriotpost.us in your browser. Tell them that ABL sent you. And what I was going to say right now before I got ahead of myself is that this is an audio streaming podcast right now. It'll be available on your favorite audio streaming platform, whether that be Google Play, Spotify, Apple, iTunes, etc. Just visit your favorite audio streaming platform and search ABL Live. I should pop right on up. If you want a message for your loved one, friend, family, whoever, from me, yours truly, personalized, go to cameo.com, search Anthony Brown Logan, I'll pop right on up. There's also a link for that in the description box. Also, please go to the merch website, ablmerch.com. We got the hats, the t-shirts, the stickers, the hoodies, mugs, and more right there on the website, ablmerch.com, ablmerch.com. Also, go to my regular website, anthonyblogan.com. That is ANTHONY, the letter B, LOGAN.com. Go to the front page of the website, and for each long-form video that I produce, I write an article, and in each article, we got sources from the left, from the right, from the center, from the politically agnostic, from the Democratic, Republican, local, national, international, whatever you want. I got it right there on the front page of the website, anthonyblogan.com. Again, ANTHONY, the letter B, LOGAN.com. Remember, this being offensive, that was a funny time in history. But anyway, go to the website. I got everything right there on the front page. Also, please go to the contact page of the website, anthonyblogan.com/contact-us. There you'll be able to find my email address, my snail mail address, my UPS box, of course, my social media accounts, my Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, never going to call it X, TikTok. All my links are right there on the contact page of the website, anthonyblogan.com/contact-us. And as I always say, if you ever think you're speaking to me on the interwebs and not, you're probably not. If you did not email me first on my email address, contact@anthonyblogan.com, which is right there on the contact page of the website. If you did not email me there and I didn't respond to you, you're not talking at me. You're talking to somebody else. It's going to be a dude somewhere over in India. Okay, he don't have on no shoes. He does not own one pair of flip-flops, no socks, no nothing. You're talking about bare feet on the ground, washing his feet in the sink on the floor. It's going to be that guy trying to get your money. Please don't do it. It'd be a guy over in Ukraine somewhere trying to avoid being conscripted into the ridiculous war they got happening right now. it's going to be that guy trying to get you, or it'll be a guy, West Africa, in some hovel, and he hot. He about to bust into flames like I am right now. It is very hot right now. I don't know what's going on. I'm about to start sweating on the stream, but it'll be a guy like that. Rather than get ready to sweat, he's going to be in the full sweat in his house on a Nextel church phone trying to scam you your money. Please don't do it. If you get him on the phone, he's talking at you, you know how he's going to sound. My friend, this is ABL. You have contacted the right person. You have contacted me, and I'm going to help you out with your life and your career. Okay? No big back snacks for you. My voice, what the fuck with my voice? My voice sounds perfectly fine. I do not sound different. I'm not a scammer. I beg you, do not accuse me. You're racist. You're racist. Please don't get scammed by these guys over there, because they will do it to you, okay? All your hard-earned monies, your retirement, your pension, your savings will go up in smoke just like that. It'll be a wrap. So please don't do it. I don't want to see y'all online crying. Well, ABL, I thought I could trust you. I thought I could trust you, ABL. You took all my money. It wasn't me. It was Adewale over in Ogun State. It wasn't me, okay? It was a guy that got about 18 vowels in his name that I don't know. He might look like me, but that's not me. I don't got that many vowels in my name. Okay, I don't got 18 A's in my name. I don't. So shout out to them over there, and shout out to you guys. If you're watching from Nigeria or India or Ukraine, Russia, somewhere, I'm just joking. I love all you guys. You guys are fantastic. Love you guys. Anyway, let's keep on rocking and rolling. Let's get to it. This is the initial news that I saw about this whole kerfuffle at 2 a.m. Okay, I'm on my phone. I'm just scrolling, seeing what's going on, seeing what the news is before I go to bed. All of a sudden, my phone started going crazy. Okay, this is the initial news report that they had out about the whole Iran strike. Check it out.
We have major breaking news here into CNN. Israel has launched what it calls a preemptive strike on Iran. That news just in from the defense minister of Israel, as a state of emergency was declared across the country of Israel. The government declared the state of emergency because of the expectation of Iranian retaliation with drones and ballistic missiles. There's still a lot we do not yet know about this attack, but it comes as President Donald Trump has been considering a U.S. military action against Iran. The U.S. and Iran have been engaged in diplomatic talks for weeks now about Iran's nuclear program, are trying to reach an agreement over the matter. Let's go live.
All right, there we go. That was the initial, immediate news response. So when people say that it was an Israel thing, that's what they said at first, because the wire services told them that it was just Israel. At this time, it was not known that we were a part of this as well. But I figured we were, because something like that, we're going to be involved. Anything like that, we're going to be involved. The last thing that we did over there with the bunker buster, it was a U.S.-Israel thing. We're going to be doing things like that over there together, meaning the U.S. and Israel. It's not going to be, like I said from the beginning of the stream, if you're just not coming in, welcome, welcome, welcome. But as I said from the beginning, if it's not going to be Israel who we partner with over there to do things like this, who's it going to be? If it's not Israel we're going to partner with to do things like this, who's it going to be? The UK, Germany, these guys have fallen off so hard. They're not really, like I said before, they're like the JV and we're the varsity. Out of the European powers, and I consider Israel to be European because they're European. Out of all the European powers that are going to be allied to us, Israel is going to be the best. Simple as that. Now, here's when they came out and said, well, it's a joint operation between the U.S. and Israel.
Or multiple other countries in the Middle East. And I do have some breaking news for you as well now, Alex, which is that the United States is also striking Iran. I'm told this by a U.S. official who tells me that the United States is indeed carrying out strikes against Iran. This is not solely an Israeli action. And this official also tells me that it is not a small strike. So we can expect that the United States military is currently bringing massive air power towards striking Iran at this stage. We don't know the extent of those strikes as of yet, but it is clear that the United States is carrying out strikes alongside Israel against Iran. Those strikes are currently ongoing, and a United States official now confirming that to me and stressing that this is not a small strike. A lot more.
There we go. So again, it's a joint strike. You can see where we got a lot of our assets and whatnot. Now I'm seeing somebody in the comments spamming. Now I don't want to have to block nobody already. I don't want to have to do that. I'm trying to be a nice guy. I'm a nice guy. I get accused of being mean sometimes, but please don't spam me. I saw the comment the first time, I ain't responding the first time. Okay. And it's unrelated. So don't spam no more. If you keep spamming the same comment over and over and over and over again, I'm gonna just go ahead and block you and be done with it. Or you could just stop doing it. You can enjoy the show. Choice is yours. But you got a warning. So don't do it no more, or I will block you. Because what's gonna happen is you're gonna distract me. Now, this is what Trump said back. This was on yesterday before the attack. Remember, the attack happened this morning, 2 a.m. this morning, Eastern time. So this video was yesterday, and Trump was alluding to what they might do in Iran. He kind of gave him a little bit of a hint, like, hey, we got a decision to make. What are we gonna do? Okay, let's go ahead and watch this. Again, this is from yesterday, right before the attack. The attack happened 2 a.m. this morning Eastern time. This was from the 27th, which was on Friday. Check it out.
Now we have a big decision to make. You know that. Not easy. Not easy. We have a very big decision to make. We have a country that's been, for 47 years, blowing people's legs off, arms off, the face. They've been knocking out ships, killing people, lots of people, not only Americans, lots of people. It's been terrible. 32,000 people killed over the last 2-3 months, protesters. 32,000. That's some number of people. 32,000. They want to make a deal, but going to make a deal that's meaningful. I spoke with Ted Cruz, John, all of them. On the way here, I said, well, you got to make a deal that's meaningful. We hit them real hard, as you know, with those beautiful B-2 bombers recently, knocked out their nuclear capability. But I'd rather do it the peaceful way, but they're very difficult people. I want to tell you that. They're very dangerous people, very difficult people.
All right, there we go. So I'm gonna do a few blocking right here before I get distracted. But you see what Trump is talking about. He's like, look, we got to make a decision. We're trying to do things diplomatically. We're trying to do things a different kind of way. But if you don't want to respond to what we're doing, if you just want to keep on, then we got to do what we got to do. Same thing with me. Hey, you guys don't want to listen to what I'm saying as far as stop spamming, and you want to be funny in the comments and say little slicks, I'm just go ahead and block you. Same thing with Trump. It's like, look, we're trying to do things the right way. But since we're not able to, or if we cannot, then the next option is we go ahead and do the next thing. And again, this was on Friday. This morning, Saturday morning, 2 a.m. Eastern time. Hey, man, it was lights out. And Khamenei got deleted. So it is what it is. Okay, let's keep on going here. Let's keep rocking and rolling. Now, Cuba may see a friendly takeover. Now, what does that mean? A friendly takeover, from my perspective, would mean we're going to take control of it with their blessing. It won't be an invasion. It'll be like, okay, look, you guys are struggling. You don't have any money. You don't have any fuel, no oil, no nothing like that because of what's happening with Russia and Iran. You don't have anything. So we're going to come to the rescue. We'll come in and we'll be the administrative arm. And I would presume they're going to have their sovereignty. They're going to be okay. But we're going to have some control over what's happening with Cuba. Okay. A friendly thing. It wouldn't be an invasion or forced. It'd be a thing they welcome. We sit down at the table, strike out a deal, make it happen. And this is important with the Iran situation because if we can control Cuba to a certain extent, then that means there is not the specter of the Iranian, Russia, China influence on them, which can not only harm Cuba and their people, but they can harm us as well. You see, it's going to be a win-win for all parties involved. But check it out.
Cuban government is talking with us. And they're in a big deal of trouble, as you know. They have no money, they have no anything right now. But they're talking with us. And maybe we'll have a friendly takeover of Cuba. We could very well end up having a friendly takeover of Cuba.
What about the post?
After many, many years, we've had a lot of years of dealing with Cuba. I've been hearing about Cuba since I'm a little boy, but they're in big trouble, and we could very well, something good, I think very positive for the people that were expelled or worse from Cuba that live here.
All right, there we go. Now, one thing that was not said right here is that Marco Rubio is going to be the point man on this. And you guys know Marco Rubio is Cuban, so that'd be right up his alley. And he got a whole bunch of jobs. Man, you got Venezuela, Cuba, probably got Iran. You probably got a lot of things you're doing over there. So, again, shout out to Trump, shout out to Marco Rubio, and shout out to Cuba. Shout out to the Cuban people. What I want to see for them is for them to have a better life. They're over there struggling. They got the crazy sanctions and all kind of weird stuff happening. Let's just let them be free. Have some sovereignty, have some freedom, and get their economy going to a certain level to where it makes sense. All right. So shout out to Cuba. Let's keep on going here. All right. Now, here is information about Ayatollah Khamenei getting deleted. All right. Let's go ahead and watch it. This is going to be a news story. What's this? CBS News.
Good to be with you.
And RIP to the headphone users. Let's get the sound down a little bit, and let's start from the top.
Good to be with you. I'm Tony DeCopel. The major breaking news right now. The United States at war tonight. The U.S. and Israel have attacked Iran, a massive ongoing strike, killing Iran's supreme leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, along with several top Iranian officials. President Trump tonight explaining the mission in his own words.
This regime will soon learn that no one should challenge the strength and might of the United States Armed Forces.
Also breaking tonight, Iran launching retaliatory missile strikes across the Mideast at this hour, aiming at U.S. military bases in the region and setting fire to one of Dubai's luxury hotels. How long will this last? How wide will it go? And the reactions developing all over the world tonight, the protests and celebrations.
No more Ayatollah!
Along with the fear of what could happen next, New York City on high alert tonight, the NYPD increasing security at sensitive sites. The risks tonight at home and abroad.
Now, I just blocked somebody for spamming, and I went to their, because I can see what you guys have posted on previous live streams and previous videos. You got a long history of being in the chat. You got blocked for nothing. What, trying to get some attention? You retarded. But anyway, that's your fault. Let's keep going.
As the smoke over Tehran today to end the Iranian regime, what the president described today as a wicked, radical dictatorship that has long threatened America and its allies. Here's what we know at this hour. This has been a large-scale attack launched this morning by the U.S. and Israel, and among the many targets, the country's supreme leader himself, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei. And tonight, President Trump says that attack has been successful. The Ayatollah is dead. And that is perhaps the biggest news today. The longest reigning leader in the Middle East is gone, and there is now no telling what follows. In a video earlier today, President Trump told the Iranian public, quote, "Your hour of freedom is at hand." Many Iranians seem to feel the same way. You can see the celebrations tonight, a crowd dancing and cheering on the streets outside Tehran. But the Islamic Republic is also hitting back, firing missiles and armed drones at U.S. bases and allies across the region. So far, no reports of U.S. casualties. And so the big questions now, how long does this continue? How wide does it go? And what happens when the shooting ends? We begin tonight with...
All right, well, that's pretty much what's going on. Let me see if I can go ahead a little bit here.
Later, the extraordinary announcement, the supreme leader had been killed. This morning, in a powerful surprise attack, said Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, we destroyed the compound of the dictator Khamenei in the heart of Tehran. U.S. Central Command released video showing cruise missiles firing from an American warship and fighter jets taking off. In a joint operation it described as the largest regional concentration of American military firepower in a generation. The Israeli military saying it struck more than 500 targets alone across Iran. Iran says dozens of people were killed at a girls' school, among at least 200 people reportedly killed so far in the area.
Let's pause. Now, that right there, this whole thing about the girls' school, this has been the thing people talk about a lot. You know, it's crazy because, okay, the story is that 51 girls were killed at the school by the U.S. and Israeli attack. And you notice right here, they didn't say that right here, they didn't say that it was the U.S. or the Israelis who did it. They said that they were killed at the school. Okay, people are falling for what the media says. They will see a story and not pay any kind of mind to what's happening. They'll see that there was an attack by the U.S. and the Israelis. Then they'll see there was a school that got bombed or got hit, but they won't think that it could have been somebody else who did that aside from the U.S. and the Israelis. You understand what I'm saying? What I've been able to read is that this was an accident. The Iranians launched a missile and it failed to launch and it came back down, hit the school, boom. That's what happened from what I'm able to read. And we're going to get into that in a little bit later. But I want to rewind this so you hear what I'm talking about. They did not say that it was the U.S. or the Israelis that did this. They said that during this conflict, this happened. One more time for you guys if you didn't catch it. And this is going to be a good lesson to you guys if you don't know this, because this kind of thing what the media does. They present things in a way to make you believe something that may not be true without saying that particular thing specifically. You just in your brain make a connection because you don't understand what's happening to you. You don't understand they're doing it to you on purpose. You see, you don't really see it, but I see it. We see it. One more time for you guys if you didn't catch it.
This morning, in a powerful surprise attack, said Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, we destroyed the compound of the dictator Khamenei in the heart of Tehran. U.S. Central Command released video showing cruise missiles firing from an American warship and fighter jets taking off. In a joint operation it described as the largest regional concentration of American military firepower in a generation. The Israeli military saying it struck more than 500 targets alone across Iran. Iran says dozens of people were killed at a girls' school, among at least 200 people reportedly killed so far in the airstrikes.
So it says it reports people were killed at the school, but they didn't say that they said the U.S. or the Israelis did it. See how that works?
Trump announced the military action on his social media channel.
We are going to destroy their missiles and raise their missile industry to the ground. It will be totally, again, obliterated.
Iran's retaliation was swift and far-reaching, targeting U.S. bases and allies in more than half a dozen countries across the Middle East. Cell phone footage captured explosions near the headquarters of the U.S. Navy's Fifth Fleet in Bahrain.
All right, so there's more, but we're going to get into a lot more. All right, we're going to get into a whole lot more. There's a lot more to what's happening with this story. Now, speaking of Marco Rubio, he spoke on what's happening right here. Let's go to our next president, hopefully, Marco Rubio.
The world is changing very fast right in front of us. The old world is gone, frankly, the world I grew up in, and we live in a new era in geopolitics, and it's going to require all of us to sort of re-examine what that looks like and what our role is going to be. And we've had many of these conversations in private with many of our allies. They are our allies. And we need to continue to have those conversations. And I think Saturday, hopefully, and the meetings we'll have there will move us in that direction. The world is changing very fast.
All right, there we go. So that's Marco. The world is changing very fast. The world is changing very rapidly, very, very rapidly. And it's changing for the better, in my humble opinion. I think we are in for a better world in the future, for sure. Much better world. Now, some people are not going to be able to get on. They can't get with the program. I don't know what to tell you. If you can't get with the program, I don't know what to tell you. You got to figure it out. Now, I have a meme for you guys. This is going to be a meme. It's not a real thing, but it's a meme. Just, lighten the mood a little bit. Featuring Marco Rubio. So this is Marco, his first day on his new job after the collapse of the Iranian regime. Okay, again, it's a meme. This is AI. It's a meme. It's not real. Just a joke. Okay, I don't want to see anybody in the comments. ABL, I don't believe that. That's not real. Okay, it's a meme. All right, just lighten it up a little bit. So there we go. That was good. I got one more for you though. Shout out to Marco. And that's AI is really good. That's a beautiful scene right there. It's like a video game. So shout out to him. I got one more, and then we get back to reality. Okay, I promise. One more. You're gonna see a lot more of these Marco Rubio memes as the time progresses here. So you might as well go ahead and get used to it.
Marco, looks like we'll need you to run Anthropic now too. Marco looks.
There we go. So another one. Again, Marco Rubio. That's my guy, man. I don't know. I like him a lot, man. Shout out to Marco Rubio. 2028. Hey, I told y'all I'm the president of the Rubio fan club. You already know what it is. Now let's get back to reality a little bit. Okay, let's hop on back to reality and be serious. Okay, we can't keep playing around all the time. We got to be serious. But give me 1 second here to get everything situated. And if you like what you're hearing so far, please give the video a thumbs up. Like the video, share the video, do all that good stuff. That'll help me out tremendously. Okay. Make sure I favorite those videos right quick so I don't lose them. And then we're going to get back here. Now, this is going to be the IDF speaking. I know some of y'all, we're in the Jew. It's that Jew channel. I don't like the Jews. I don't like the Jews. Okay. But right now, you're going to hear from the Jays. This is going to be the IDF, Israeli Defense Force. Okay. Giving an update on what's happening with this whole situation. Check it out.
Today, we launched Operation Roaring Lion, an operation against the Iranian terrorist regime in full cooperation with the U.S. Armed Force. This is an operation against the world's largest sponsor of terror, a regime that for years has called death to Israel, death to America, death to the West. We listened to their words carefully. We watched their actions, and today, we acted. We acted because we had to. We launched this operation by seizing an operational opportunity, conducting coordinated strikes against high-level gatherings of senior figures within Iran's military and security leadership. We can now confirm that these senior Iranian regime officials were eliminated by the IDF. Ali Khamenei, advisor to Khamenei on issues of defense and Secretary of the Defense Council. Muhammad Pakpour, commander of the IRGC. Muhammad Shirazi, head of the military bureau of the Iranian supreme leader for almost 40 years. Salah Assadi, the senior intelligence officer of the Supreme Command. Aziz Nasirzadeh, the Iranian defense minister, and others. These and other senior figures will no longer be able to advance their plan, the destruction of Israel. These are terrorists who have blood on their hands, who are directly responsible for the death of thousands by terror. The launch of Operation Roaring Lion comes after months of close and joint planning with the U.S. Armed Forces. A historic, unprecedented level of cooperation between two nations fighting side by side against terror. Our mission could not be more clear. The IDF will continue to act to remove emerging threats against Israel because the price of inaction is too high.
There we go. So again, this is the IDF. This is not AI. This is a real video. And it's right there on their official page, as you can see. Okay, verified right there. And 3.2 million followers. So you see what's going on. This is a real thing. Yeah, I'm a fact check. That's what one thing I'm gonna do is fact check my things before I put them up. I got caught a couple of times slipping, never no more. Now, this is going to be the Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, MBS. Iran. Now, I'm not sure when this video came out. This might be kind of an older video, but he's speaking about the Iranians and their capabilities. The Saudis are no fan of the Iran regime. The Saudis are now going to join in on a strike against the Iranians because the Iranians hit an asset in Saudi Arabia. So that's a no-no. So now they're going to be joining in on the strike against them. But again, here is Mohammed bin Salman on 60 Minutes. I'm not quite sure when this was, but he's talking about the Iranian regime right here. Check it out.
Iran is not a rival to Saudi Arabia. Its army is not among the top 5 armies in the Muslim world. The Saudi economy is larger than the Iranian economy. Iran is far from being equal to Saudi Arabia.
But I've seen that you called the Ayatollah Khamenei the new Hitler of the Middle East.
Absolutely.
Why?
Because he wants to expand. He wants to create his own project in the Middle East, very much like Hitler, who wanted to expand at the time. Many countries around the world and in Europe did not realize how dangerous Hitler was until what happened. I don't want to see the same events happening in the Middle East.
Does Saudi Arabia need nuclear weapons to counter Iran?
Saudi Arabia does not want to acquire any nuclear bomb. But without a doubt, if Iran developed a nuclear bomb, we will follow suit as soon as possible.
There we go. Again, that was the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia, Mohammed bin Salman, MBS. All right, let's keep on rocking and rolling here. Now, speaking about the Saudis, here is a recent clip from today.
I can say
when they're talking about joining the fight because the Iranians hit something in their territory, which is a big no-no, obviously. Let's watch this from Fox News.
What I can say is new right now. We're just getting word that the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia says they will join the U.S. in the operation against the Islamic Republic of Iran. They said that this comes in the wake of Iran attacking the U.S. base in Saudi Arabia. I just spoke to a senior U.S. official who said the Iranians made a big mistake by firing on Arab coalition partners. Now they are likely to respond. So by Iran firing missiles at UAE, Bahrain, Qatar, Kuwait, Saudi Arabia, and Jordan, they are now likely to fire back at Iranian targets. So those coalition partners are now going to enter this operation that started off as a U.S.-Israeli operation. That is very, very significant, and we haven't seen that happen in the past. The U.S. military has been focusing on high-value targets, I'm told, the IRGC, significant facilities. What I can say is...
There we go. So we got the Saudis involved. That's going to be... that's going to make the bad situation worse for the Iranian regime. Now, Kamala stepped into the building. Kamala gave her 2 cents. Hold on. Kamala gave her 2 cents. Give me 1 second here. Give me 1 second here because this is funny. All right. Give me 1 good second. And we're going to keep it rocking. And if you like what you're hearing so far, please give the video a thumbs up. Like the video, share the video, do all that good stuff. That'll help me out tremendously. And this is from Detroit News on today, right after the attack happened. Now, I don't know why she would give this to the Detroit News. Why would you do that? Like, you should be giving out an official statement. See, people like this are not really serious. The Democrats are kind of silly. She shouldn't have been caught out there at some book signing talking about this. Unless she's not trying to run or do anything political at all, which I guess that didn't make sense then. But let's watch this. Here's a reaction to the Iran strike.
Before I go in, I want to address what we learned today. Donald Trump has dragged us into a war the American people do not want. He has put American troops in harm's way. I unequivocally oppose this war of choice, and everyone should. And the bottom line, when it comes down to it, is that if we want to stop Donald Trump with this random decision that he has arrived at, then Congress must act. And Congress must act immediately. The American people do not want our sons and daughters to go into this unauthorized war of choice, and I unequivocally oppose it. Thank you. Before I go in.
Okie dokie, there you go. Kamala Harris, ladies and gentlemen, Kamala Harris. Now, the thing about it is, ain't no war. Ain't no war right now. The same thing was said about Venezuela. Where's the war at, though? Ain't no war. You know, it's pretty much a wrap. I mean, it might be some more, but it ain't like, it's not, as of yet, Iraq or Afghanistan. Now, if it became that, the 20-year long war for no reason, well, war to make money, that'd be different, but that's not what's happening as of right now. Okay, again, so that's Kamala Harris giving her 2 cents. Now,
but also,
you guys may have seen this last time on live stream, but I'm gonna play it one more time. Just so we're on the same page. If you guys didn't see it, I'm gonna play it one more time. If you did, you're gonna watch it again. This is Kamala talking. What she said right here? This is about.
I don't have the exact numbers.
This is Kamala talking about the whole voter registration thing, the SAVE Act. So with the SAVE Act, you must, if you're gonna register to vote for the first time or renew it, you must prove you are a U.S. citizen to register to vote. And you could do that with birth certificate, passport, things of this nature. Now, Kamala seems to think that 40% of Americans don't have these documents. Now, do y'all believe that? I don't. But let's watch this, then I'll keep moving.
What else have they done? The SAVE Act. You know what the SAVE Act would do? Require that people show a birth certificate or a passport to register to vote. I don't have the exact numbers in front of me, but it's something like 40% of Americans don't have those documents. Married women, if you changed your name when you got married, it's going to be different than what's on your birth certificate, right? And what that's going to do in terms of complicating the ability of women to register to vote. And so this is happening in real time to suppress and obstruct the ability of people to vote. And then my concern, frankly, Aaron, is that when we saw what happened in Minneapolis, I think we need to really understand that in addition to everything that was obvious about it, it might have been basically a demonstration and a beta testing of militarizing the streets of America to intimidate people against voting, and using federal officials to intimidate people to not vote.
Okay, a tinfoil hat, 3 at the end, tinfoil hat at the end. That's what that was. Big time conspiracy at the end. But throughout that, it didn't make a whole lot of sense. Kamala, I mean, some of y'all say she's going to run. Like I said earlier, who's going to be the nominee in 2028 for the Democrats? Is it going to be Kamala Harris, Gavin Newsom, Jasmine Crockett, Stephen A. Smith? Who's going to be the nominee? I hope that it's Kamala Harris. Oh boy, first of all, the videos I can make from that, oh my goodness. My channel would, I'd be like, my channel would be crazy, just from the Kamala stuff. And then obviously it'd be easy victory. You could put JD Vance in there, he could have gaffes and mess ups, it wouldn't even matter. He would still succeed over Kamala. Now, if you put JD in there when he's still not quite all the way developed into a politician the way he should be, the way he can be developed, it just takes time because he's young. He's 41, if you didn't know. JD Vance, he's my age. He's 41 years old. Now, I know I might look 1,000 years old to some people because I got gray hair, but he looked the same. Aside from how we look or how he looks, he's not really ready. But if he goes against Kamala, he can succeed. But up against Jasmine Crockett, it might be kind of hard, to be totally honest with you, because that's how people are. They're kind of silly like that. Now, let's get to some of the reactions from people about what happened in Iran. Okay, this is going to be, who is this? This is CBS News contributor. I ain't going to try to pronounce his name. Mashi Alinejad. I'm sorry. I know I'll tell your name up, lady, ma'am. I'm so sorry, but let's hear it from you. Let's hear it from your mouth rather than me talking about it. All right, check it out.
Being bombarded by different emotions. And this is the moment that Iranians, my people, are experiencing different feelings, pain, and at the same time, hope, concern, and at the same time, hope. And I repeat that because that can be the beginning of a future that people of Iran have been waiting for this moment for 47 years. You know, let's just make it very clear. Now, when I talk to Iranians, for 1 second, they scream out of joy when they hear that their killers finally being the target of the US government and they see justice. But at the same time, they are worried. They're concerned that if this is not going to lead regime change, that if this is not going to be the end of this regime, and if the American government, the Israeli government, only target the military leader, not the political leaders, then the people of Iran are going to be left alone on themselves by a wounded ISIS, by a wounded regime and government, and that's going to be a huge risk for my people inside Iran. I have family there. My parents, my brothers, my sisters, all my beloved people, they live there. But believe me, we don't want people like Zoran Mamdani or some of Americans lecture us about peace, about war, because this is a war being brought to us Iranian people by the Islamic Republic, by the warmonger Revolutionary Guards. And this is the moment that Europeans should join the US government, should join the Israeli government to end the Islamic Republic. If not, believe me, this regime will end democracy, will end American citizens' life everywhere, because the Islamic Republic is like cancer, and they will infect the rest of the world if we don't remove them.
There we go. So very well said. Very well said.
Truly.
Now, I'm seeing some comments, and I want to highlight those to make a point that I made earlier to bring it on kind of full circle. Now, some are saying, you know, her hair looks crazy. She got this going on with her hair. I understand how you feel about her hair. It could be distracting, but this is why I say people, they want a guy to be the president who's like 6 foot tall, 6'1", 6'2". Looks matter. Appearance matters. Okay? That's what I'm saying. I just proved it right there with that. But if you like what you're hearing so far, please give the video a thumbs up. But in the case of Marco Rubio, he's so good at what he does, he could just be 5'9" and it's okay. Now, speaking about appearances, please do not let the septum ring distract you. Because I know we got the septum ring theory, and sometimes it's right, but sometimes it's not all the way right. This is an Iranian woman talking about the whole school kerfuffle. Remember earlier in the stream, and some of you guys saw it, some of you guys are upset about the allegation of the U.S. and or Israel attacking a school full of girls. 51 girls got killed in the school, and that's being blamed on the U.S. and the Israelis. But did they do it, or was it an accident caused by the Iranians? Or was it a straight up attack on the school that they want to blame on the U.S. and the Israelis? Because let's not forget, also I showed earlier, they already done killed 36,500 of their own people already, minimum. And every day after the protest started, they were killing hundreds more, going door to door. I'm talking about gunshot back at the head. If you had any inkling of being against the regime. So let's not act like this is beyond the capability to do something like this, try blaming it on us. All right, let's watch.
Breaking news from inside Iran. An all-girls school in Minabi, Iran was hit by Israel, killing 51 schoolgirls. Wait, was it Israel? Or then why is the IRGC announcing that it was an accidental error and promised serious action? Referring to missiles, by the way. Why are they posting that they're following up to see who committed this mistake? This is directly taken from the IRGC Telegram channel, by the way. Wait, there's also, in less than 100 meters from the school, there's IRGC structures, including military buildings and a clinic belong to the guard. So the question is, why are military assets positioned next to schools? And why, hours before, there were reports of military equipment being moved into schools and hospitals? And why, on January 28th, an IRGC insider published something anonymously stating that IRGC is planting bombs in schools and hospitals, and the plan is to attack these places at the same time as America strikes? Oh wait, this is not even the first time that the Islamic Republic is using civilians as human shields. In 2020, they called the downing of Flight PS752 a mistake. Human error was used then as an excuse when there was talks of war between Iran and America. What is journalism if everybody has already taken a side and has a devil in mind?
Very well said at the end. What is journalism? If everybody took a side, everybody got their side, everybody has what they believe, and hold on, I gotta play it again because you said that very well.
Of war between Iran and America. What is journalism if everybody has already taken a side and has a devil in mind?
Very well said. Very well said. Now, I'm going to give you a pass on the septum ring. Some of y'all can't. It's okay. I understand because we're visual people. I get it. I know. That's why I said about the height thing. Because I know how y'all are. I know how human beings are. I get it. But what you said right there was right on point. There was no lies in that. There was no lies in that. Ultimately, the strike on the girls was the Iranians. They did that to themselves, whether it was an accident or on purpose. Now, it's not beyond the scope for it to be on purpose because they already didn't kill tens of thousands of their own people in the past month. So what's 51 more? If you didn't already kill 36,500, what's 36,551? Ain't no big deal, right? Anyway, let's keep on going.
Yeah,
and this is going to be over in UK. All right, we have anti-regime protests, and you see all the flags. Now, look at the flags. This flag is different than the quote-unquote official Iranian flag. The official Iranian flag has Allahu Akbar written on it like 13 times in a different kind of scripts. Let me show you the flag. Then let me show you the official flag of the regime compared to the flag we're seeing right here on the screen. Give me 1 second to get a good picture of it. Okay. There we go. Let's do this. So you see that script right there? That's actual words. It says Allahu Akbar. I think it says it 13 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. It says it quite a few times on there. Matter of fact, how many times does the Iranian say Allahu Akbar? And it says it how many times? 22 times. Part not 13. 22 times. So 11 on top, 11 on the bottom. So 22 times total. The flag that they are presenting now has the sun and the lion. Okay, sun and lion Iran flag. So it's important to make the difference because they don't want the Islamic regime. These people they don't really like Islam at all. Okay, they're not fans of Islam. They want this. There is no Allah Akbar written on this. And again, 81% of Iranians, from what I'm able to read, do not like the current regime. They want the flag to go back to this. So when you see in the protests, you're going to see these flags. Okay, be on the same page? Let's keep going.
Yeah, Don, good afternoon to you. From currently on Whitehall outside Downing Street, hundreds of British Iranians gathered here. They're currently chanting. People have been speaking on stage. They are protesting against the Iranian regime and also showing solidarity to the people of Iran here. And the atmosphere has been very different to previous protests that have taken place because of what we saw in Iran this morning with those strikes conducted by US and Israel forces. And we can speak now to Sudi. What do you make of what we saw in Iran this morning, those strikes?
Yeah, we saw finally Trump start acting. After about a month, he's been promising Iranian people he's going to help them. And the Iranian people in Iran, they are so happy. Nobody likes the war, wishing the war for their country. But Islamic Republic has been killing people for 47 years, and people are empty-handed. They ask for this. So they are happy, they dancing in the street, and they supporting these attacks.
So, I mean, Sudi, you're sounding very pleased that these strikes have gone ahead this morning, but what do you make of the fact that Britain wasn't involved? We're talking outside Downing Street. The fact Britain wasn't involved, what do you make of that?
Yeah, well, the British government for 47 years was behind the Islamic Republic. and they've been supporting them. Verbally, they said no, but in action, they've been supporting Islamic Republic, and there is no surprise for them to act like that. And but shame on you.
Now let's pause. One thing about it, this has been a long time coming, like 47 years. But in the past month, I'm sorry for the freeze frame. Before the past month, Trump's been saying, you know what? Hey, help's on the way. So they've been waiting every day. Like when Trump said that, every day they've been hoping and praying that help would come. Every day. Every day. Some say it took too long because it's like, you said that, we went out there and we protested, and where you at? And now finally, here you are. Here you are. And I think they took today as day to do it because all the leaders were in one room. They had the intel, they had everything scoped out, so they're able to get everybody one fell swoop. There's no need for no trying to hunt somebody in the hole like Saddam Hussein, trying to go in bunkers. Nah, y'all all in one room in the government facility. Okay, boom. Drone strike, boom. It's a wrap. Kill everybody right there. So there we go. We got a lot more here. We got quite a bit more. Again, that was over in UK.
I'm not pro-Trump. I didn't vote for him.
I'm not sure where they are right here, but let's watch this. We got like street interviews and we got some reactions from people.
I'm not pro-Trump. I didn't vote for him, but he's cleaning up the mess that 50 years Democrats, including Carter, this is the mess they created from 1978. He's cleaning it up. I'm glad he's doing it.
Can I ask you, such policies, do they make you potentially switch who you can vote for in the future? If somebody,
of course. I was voting for the third time if he run. I was voting for the Iranian president, make Iran great again. I'm not pro-Trump.
There we go. So look, even those who are not, big Trump supporters and not pro-Trump or whatever, they're able to see what he's doing. And I like that. I like how it don't matter who you are, who you voted for, what your political leanings are. You can see a good action when it's a good action. Even with me, if you got, let's say Joe Biden, right? If he does something good when he was a president, I'll give him his credit for it. I'm not just going to say, oh, nah, he didn't do anything good because I don't like him. Nah, I'll give you credit when credit is due. Let's keep going. And we're going to go to London here. We got quite a bit in London, but we got Atlanta. We got Australia. We got all over the whole world. People are celebrating this all over the whole world. Now, I don't want to make it seem like I don't want to make it appear like I'm just showing the highlights. I'm trying to find anybody that has disagreement, anybody that is against what is going on here. And I do have some of those videos and they'll be funny, but let's watch this. And before we play it, nice hat, bro. So you see the MAGA make Iran great again. They go to the line in the sun and it says right there up under it, make Iran great again. Very good hat, bro. Let's watch this.
We're out here in London at an Iranian protest. Tell me why it's important for you to be here today.
We all gather here to say to the UK government and USA government, we need military action. We need support Iranian people who have been massacred. Now in Iran, more than 50,000 people have been massacred. With bare hand, they're against Islamic regime. They're in the street, they're in prison and jail. They've been massacred without any reason, just they want freedom. And the result and the answer to this matter is killing and massacring.
Is there anything you'd like to say to President Trump directly?
We need military support because in Iran, people with bare hands cannot do anything. We need, and the most important thing, we have only one alternative, King Reza Pahlavi. Reza Pahlavi is the only alternative for the Iranian people. We believe it.
Now, again, Reza Pahlavi, that's the crown prince. I believe his father, Mohammed Pahlavi, and if I'm saying the name wrong, please pardon me, but the father was deposed back in 1979 by the Ayatollah Khamenei, which is why they have the Islamic regime right now. From back then in 1979 till right now. So put in Pahlavi and resume the Shah of Iran lineage rather than the Ayatollah. Okay, let's keep on going here.
Finally.
All right, so everybody's saying thank you, Trump. I appreciate you. Let's watch this.
Finally, President Trump. Thank you so much, President Trump. We love you. Completed this. Thank you, God. Thank you. God bless President Trump. And we are just so excited to see what the next steps are. No matter what it is, anything is better than the current dictatorship. And he's dead. He's gone. Thanks to Donald Trump. Thank you so much. We love you. Finally,
There we go. There we go. Everybody loves what Trump did. Everybody appreciates it from what I'm able to see. The Iranians, at least. I'm not going to say everybody, but from what I'm able to see, the Iranians, they with it all over the world, not just in the USA and UK, but Australia, Iran, everywhere. They're loving it. Europe. Now, if you didn't know, there are Iranian Christians because remember, they were taken over by the Islamic people in 1979. Persia, ancient Persia, and the Persians now are not just Muslims. Islam spread by the sword all over the world. That's the truth. Now, I'm not trying to attack Muslims specifically. Don't nobody get offended because some of y'all soft can't take it. I'm just saying the truth. It spread through the sword in Iran as well, in Persia as well. And the people, 81% of them are tired of it. Let's watch some of the Christians. So if you guys did not know that there were Persian Christians, now you know. Now, quite a few of them. Iran's a big country, like 100 million people. It's not like, 5 million. It's a really big country. So put it in perspective, the USA is what, 350 million people? Iran's like 1/3 of that, which is pretty big. All right. Now, back to London. The Iranians don't really like Keir Starmer like that, I guess. And I guess Keir Starmer is what, the Prime Minister of London? What is he? Keir Starmer. I guess he's the Prime Minister of London. The Prime Minister of UK. All right, let's watch. That wanker word, is that a curse word? I don't know. Am I cussing when I say that? A lot of the UK people called me a wanker when I was talking about that dude that had Tourette's, allegedly. Oh, you was a white guy, ain't it? You was a white guy, ain't it? That's what they said to me. But in this case, it fits because Keir Starmer is not really who they like. All right. Hey, UK guys, y'all done gave me a whole new accent. Thank you for hating on me in my video. No, I got a new accent, ain't it? No, I got a UK accent, governor. I'm going to use it too. I'm going to use it all the time. Don't worry about it. All right. Now, here are, pardon me, some Iranians in Newcastle, UK.
President Trump kept his promise. Thank you. Lots of love, gratitude, and appreciation from all Iranians around the world.
So let's look at the crowd. Of course, we're seeing the real flag. No law Akbar on the flag. We're seeing the sun and the lion, which I pointed out earlier. We're also seeing what was the other flag I saw? I saw St. Andrew's Cross, which is like in England. That's the English flag. The St. Andrew's Cross. If you can see it right there on the far right. They're about to pan to it. Hold on. See right there on the far right? That's the St. Andrew's Cross, the English flag. And I think there's also the Israeli flag right there. So quite a few flags in attendance, but not one of the former Islamic Republic of Iran flag. None of those in the crowd at all. Very good sign. Let's keep moving here. And if you like what you're hearing so far, you know what to do. We got more of them in London. A lot of them in London. Shout out to all the Iranians in London. Now think about them with the flag. Somebody said how they get the flag so fast. They probably been had the flags. They probably had these for a long time. They patriotic people. They like their country. They appreciate Iran. So they probably had those flags for a long time. And they probably waiting on this for a while. And then also, let's not forget, remember, Trump said a month ago the help's on the way. So they're like, okay, cool. You coming to save us from this oppressive regime? Let me get my real Iran flag. Let me get my true flag of my country so we can counteract. And then plus they've been protesting. Remember, they've been protesting for a while. Not just today, not just yesterday, but for a while they've been protesting, especially since last month when Trump said, hey, help's on the way. I told y'all before, I spoke to an Iranian lady and she said, hey, do you know Trump? Can you get in contact with him or somebody that's close to him? Tell him to push the button immediately. Tell Trump to push the button, and he did it. And he did it, and everybody that I know of, the Iranians, are happy. This is going to be in Nashville, Tennessee, at Bicentennial Park. Okay, Nashville. Everybody having a good time. Everybody having a good time, but some people are not having a great time. Some of them are not having a great time. Oh, and before I go to those who are not having a great time, this is a demonstration in Atlanta, Georgia, on the Beltline, or the Beltline. If you know about ATL, you know about the Beltline. Shout out to the Beltline. Okay, they're on the Beltline demonstrating happily. Chanting USA while waving the real Iranian flag because they appreciate what we did. They appreciate us for liberating them. All right. And again, that's ATL, Atlanta, Georgia. ABL, I thought it was just black people in Atlanta. Not y'all, but some people are going to say that. Nah, Atlanta's like, everybody's in Atlanta. Atlanta's like New York, but Atlanta is like New York, but smaller and more spread out, to be totally honest with you. Okay, let's keep on going. Oh, here's Australia. Here's Australia. We went from London to Nashville to Atlanta to Australia. I got a couple more of these, then I'm gonna get to some of the protests, the anti-US intervention protest. So what you're seeing in the crowd, you seeing this picture right here, this man, that's the Shah of Iran, who was deposed in 1979. And his son, I believe, is the Crown Prince, Reza Pahlavi. So that's him. And then you see the flags that I was mentioning earlier. And then also we're seeing some Australian flags. See the Union Jack and whatnot. So they appreciate their host country and their country of origin. Respectfully, good thing. All right. Now, here is Toronto, Canada. The whole world, like everywhere, every corner of the world, except for maybe like Russia, China, I suppose. So there we go. That's Toronto. Now, somebody said something about Atlanta. They said Atlanta's gay. I just want to talk about that for a second before I move on. That's like unrelated. But just quickly, Atlanta, you can find LGBTQ, LMNOP, X, Y, and Z activities anywhere in this country. Atlanta is no different than New York or anywhere else. It just happens to be a big place. So you can find that anywhere if you're looking for it. if you want to find that activity, you could go find. You know exactly where to find it, and they're gonna find you. So don't worry about it. All right, let's keep on moving here. Now, this is in Iran, and they're tearing down a statue of Khamenei, the Ayatollah Khamenei, okay, in Iran. ABL, you're showing me videos everywhere else but Iran. What about inside Iran? Here we go. Hey man, I know that scream anywhere. I know that scream is just like, you don't know what to do. You don't know what to do, how to express. You just want to do something to express your joy. Again, that's in Iran. In Iran, that is what they're doing to celebrate the killing of Khamenei. All right, let's keep on rocking and rolling here. All right, and we got more videos from Tehran, Iran, specifically. Hey, that little noise, I can't do that noise that the lady was making. I'm hearing that quite a bit. That's funny. All right, we got some more. So that's cheering, fireworks, celebration in the streets of Tehran, Iran. In the streets. And Tehran, as far as I know, that's right where the strikes happened. So they're cheering right there in the streets. Now, I'm going to keep going here because I can show these all night, but I'm going to get to a few of the, matter of fact, perfect timing. This is Iran prior to the 1979 revolution where Islam came in, okay? Again, this is Iran prior to the 1979 Islamic revolution. Watch, check it out. Let's get some sound. Just music, but you can see how they dressed. You can see how everybody looks. Again, this is Iran in before 1979, prior to the revolution, where they had the Islam come in. All right. So you can see anybody got no burqa on, anybody covered up and all that. It just looked like regular. Okay, everybody looks nice. Little girl got flowers, going to school. You know, kids outside playing, happy, having a good time. Prior to 1979, this was Iran. This is how they lived. Looks perfectly normal to me. Like a good culture, a good unified people. Looks great to me. Now, of course, you have minority groups. Everybody not all the same, but it looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. But then when Islam came in, things changed. There is no just walking outside, you know, get your arms out and stuff like this. And she doesn't look like she's dressed inappropriately. She's dressed very nice. Like how you might see somebody in the U.S. looking in 1974 or something like this. Okay. That's kind of the way it was back then. But things have changed. And they don't want things to be like that anymore. They want to go back to the way things were. Now, I have a Simpsons clip for you guys. Now, I don't know what's going on with the Simpsons. I don't know if they got a time machine or what's happening. If they got a viewfinder that can see the future, the past, the present, and they can see the whole timeline before it happens, I don't know. But I don't know when this came out. If you guys know when this episode came out, please let me know. But let's watch it right quick, shall we?
Can we get rid of this Ayatollah t-shirt? Khomeini died years ago.
But Marge, it works on any Ayatollah. Ayatollah Nakhbada, Ayatollah Zahedi. Even as we speak, Ayatollah Razmara and his cadre of fanatics are consolidating their power.
I don't care who's consolidating their power. Can we get rid of this Ayatollah?
So there we go. That is a Simpsons clip. Now, I don't know when that came out or what's going on, but there you have it. Okay, so yeah. Is that spelled right? Am I looking at this? It looks like I say something else. But hey, whatever. Let's keep on going here. If you like what you're hearing so far, please give the video a thumbs up. Like the video, share the video, do all that good stuff. That'll help me out tremendously. All right. So where are we gonna go? I think we should go. Let's do it this way. Hold on. I got limited time. Oh, here's a good example. Here's a great example. Speaking about prior 1979, here's an example of what they want to do. Now there's music here. I'm gonna turn the music down. You're gonna see what's happening. Now you see what it says right here. That's the old flag, and it's revolution is here. And it has Israel, USA, and Iran. And right now she has on the full beekeeper outfit, the trash bag outfit. And it's gonna change toward the end. Check it out. Imagine how it feels to be a woman being able to not wear the beekeeper outfit anymore. You could just dress normal. There we go. See, look, then we got the American flag, you got the Israeli flag, and you good. Okay, and you straight. You could just dress normal and be normal. Thank God for the USA and the J's. There we go. There we go. Very good. I like seeing stuff like that. People being freed from oppression. Very good. This woman is going viral for lighting a cigarette with a burning picture of the Ayatollah Khamenei.
از اون ور
So they're happy. Obviously, they're really good to go. Yeah, it's a little warm. Get some more from that. Get some warmth. There we go. There we go. Let's get some opinions from the Iranian people to tell us what's really happening. Let's get some opinions from the Iranian people.
Iranian here with a message for every single American who voted for President Trump. From the bottom of my heart, thank you. God bless President Trump, God bless the US military, and God bless America. We can't wait until Iran is free and we can welcome you back to our country with open arms and be the allies that we used to be before the Islamic regime took over our country in 1979. That's it. Thank you. Thank you so much, and God bless America. Iranian.
First of all, you're welcome. You're very welcome. I mean, anytime we're here to help. We're here to liberate when it makes sense for all parties involved. So you're welcome. And thank you for being so, thank you for being so, what's what I'm looking for? Thank you for being so grateful. That's what I'm looking for. Thank you for being so grateful. We appreciate that. We really do. Don't even worry about it. We got you. Trump said help's on the way. He made the promise and the promise got kept. So it's all good. Don't even worry about it. All right, we got a couple more of these. Then we got some protest people. Okay, so this guy's happy that the rat Khamenei is dead. He's happy.
Ali Khamenei, the rat, is dead. And every single Persian person I know is celebrating right now. So don't listen to these morons like Andrew Tate, Candace Owens, Tucker Carlson, and Jane Cougar that say, oh, nobody wants this war. Every single Persian person I know wants this war. Because this is not actually a war. This is a peace operation. Yeah? This is not a war against Iran. This is a war for Iran. For the last 47 years, we've had Ayatollahs like Ali Khamenei and other Islamic extremist jihadis governing us and killing innocent Iranian people. And every time we rose up, they shot us and they killed us and they hung us. So now that we have USA and Israel support, now we can finally cause this revolution, because we tried for the last 47 years and we couldn't get it done. And if it wasn't for people like Donald Trump and Benjamin Netanyahu, we perhaps could have never got it done. So I salute President Donald Trump and Benjamin Netanyahu for starting this peace operation to free Iranian people once and for all. And this will only lead to the world becoming a more stable place, because you don't have the biggest state sponsor of terrorism in the world sponsoring terrorism in the Middle East and the whole world. So free Iran and fuck all the people that stand with the Islamic Republic with any excuse that they had, because these people are evil and good riddance. Long live Iran.
There we go. So, hey, if you were any kind of way confused about how he feels, he told you right there how he feels. There ain't no confusion or nothing like that going on. He's very direct. Very direct. And what he said about Iran being a state sponsor, the biggest state sponsor of terrorism in the world, that's right on point, because the Iranian regime, they're sponsoring attacks all over the place. The Houthi rebels, this place, that place, it's a mess. It's a whole big mess. So not only will we help the Iranian people get free, we'll also help stability, not just right there in that region, but for the entire world, for the whole world. So it's a win-win. It's a win for us and it's a win for them. So why not do it? It makes perfect sense. Makes perfect sense. So shout out to my man right there. Hey, we got you, bro. Don't worry about it. We got you. All right. We got some more here. Okay, where we going to go? This is going to be. All right. Now, some of the liberals don't like what's happening. Some of the liberal folks don't like what's going on. They don't like what is taking place. Let's watch some of this from CNN. And that face right there, I don't know. Are you going to be on the side of the Iranian people or not? I'm not really sure. Maybe you just be a non-biased journalist. We'll see. Check it out.
President Trump now confirming Iran's supreme leader, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, was killed by U.S. and Israeli forces in a strike this morning. Iranians across the globe paying very close attention to what happens next. A lot of questions around that. CNN's Julia Vargas-Jones is joining us from Los Angeles, home to one of the largest Iranian populations outside of the Middle East. You see the gathering there behind her. Julia, how is the Iranian community responding?
Well, this gathering has only grown, Jessica, over the past few hours, since we've gotten here. It has amassed a large number of people, and the celebration is striking. We got here just moments after initial reports, initial rumors of the death of Ayatollah Khamenei had just started to trickle from Iran to this diaspora community, and people were jumping in excitement, hugging each other, crying, saying that basically they've been waiting 47 years for this very day, Jessica. It is the reason so many of them have come out here today. I want you to hear from one of them specifically, his thoughts right after learning that the supreme leader of Iran was dead.
When is the last time you saw people in Israel and Iran dancing on the streets in excitement? And when is the last time you've ever heard of a country coming out and dancing because they're excited that foreign powers are attacking them?
Now, the name of Reza Pahlavi has been...
All right, hold on. That might not be the video I'm looking for, because that's kind of like repetitive. Let's keep on going. All right, here we go. Now, this guy's confronting some of the anti-interventionist protesters in the USA. I believe New York City. Let's check it out.
You dumbass piece of shit! You have no
I'm sorry for the cussing. I'm sorry for the cussing. Please pardon me.
idea what the fuck you're talking about! Yes! You're a fucking moron! And all you retarded idiots here are fucking brain dead! Do not feed the troll! Do not feed the troll! With liberation! You gotta get laid!
So you can see what's going on. You see kind of people that's out there protesting this. You see kind of their whole thing. Okay, now there's a hands off Iran quote unquote protest, and we're seeing some professional materials being carted around. Clearly some money behind it. Who is funding it? I don't know, but let's watch some of this, shall we? So who's funding it? Where to get these items from? What's going on? Okay, what's really happening right there? I think we all know what's going on. It's all the same people that's out there talking about free Ukraine, free this. Same people that's out there talking about Iran right now. Okay, now here are some of those people that I just showed you with those signs in action. Excuse me. Here are some of those same folks, as they would say, FOLX, out there in action with their signs. All right, let's check it out.
Stop bombing Iran now! Stop bombing Iran now! We want justice, you say how? We want justice, you say how? Hands off Iran now! Hands off Iran now! No war with Iran! 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 No justice, you say.
Now, you know a stark difference between this protest and the pro-US, pro-Israel demonstrations that the Iranians have been putting on. I don't see any flags in this crowd. Well, I see one American flag upside down to attack the US, but I don't see any flags. I see one. What's that flag? What's that red flag right there? What is that? Where's the Iranian flags? Where's the proper US flags? Where's the Israeli flags? All I see are these prefab signs. That's all I see. Now, here's my question I have. And if you guys can help me out, please help me out. Are there no flags or minimal flags at best because they are more focused on the signs that they got paid to hold up? I'm just saying. Maybe if they got paid to hold up a flag, they hold that up. But because they got paid to hold the sign up, those beautifully made prefab signs, that's their focus rather than the flag. Does that make sense? I think it does, but I digress. If you like what you're hearing so far, please give the video a thumbs up, like the video, share the video, do all that good stuff. That'll help you out tremendously. Now, let's go to the social media takes of the haters, people that don't like what's happening. Well, not haters, probably some of y'all in the chat. Let's go to the takes of those who disagree. ABL, that don't mean they're liberal because they don't. Let's go to those who don't agree with what's happening with Iran right now, shall we? All right, let's start right here.
Iran, we don't even know this nigga. Like, we don't know him. None of us fuck with him. Like, the whole country is beefing with him. Like, that's our op, for real. You could do us a favor, though.
See, look, you know what? I don't even want to show that because, see, you just retarded and saying anything. You must want to get yourself locked up, threatening the president like that. Don't do that. See, people at a certain point, you know what? At a certain point, if you don't know anything, you should just almost cuss. You should keep your mouth closed. If you don't know anything, you're kind of misinformed. You might see a news story that pops up and you have no idea what's going on. All you know is that the guy that you don't like is involved. That's all you know. You don't know any of the particulars. You don't know why this is happening. You don't know who is in charge and what they've done in their track record. If you don't know those things, just shh. And you know what? Just read, research, and then figure it out. But don't get on the internet and start talking without knowing anything. Anyway, that's just my humble opinion. You have a right to freedom of speech. I'm going to give you a little bit of my own freedom of speech, a little bit of friendly advice. A teensy bit of friendly advice. All right, we got somebody else, another rocket scientist, another Rhodes Scholar. Let's watch this.
Hey, Iran, that wasn't black people. We ain't had nothing to do with that. That was not black people.
Okay. Social media, man, made some of y'all completely brain dead. Now look, bro, how's it a race thing? Race don't got nothing to do with it. It is a matter of people having an issue. It is a matter of world security, global security, national security. It's all of that. Race is not even really important here. You are dumbing down the conversation. You are as bad as those talking about the Jays, the Jews. You on the same level as them. You and the Jews control everything. People are right here playing marbles and counting grains of sand together. Okay, y'all counting the 10 with your fingers still. That's y'all right here. We who know things are up here. The Iranians themselves, they're way above us because they lived it 47 years. You talking about racism, bro? Come on, man. Like, I challenge you guys. Stuck on race at a time like this, especially. I challenge y'all to just elevate your mind a little bit, just a little bit. Let's just improve our mental state here, okay? Improve it a little bit. All right, we got some more. So my man right here had some predictions about what's going to happen. This guy has some predictions about what's going to happen with the whole Iran situation. Check it out.
As we all wake up this morning, we are hit with the news that we have been bombed by Iran. And...
Huh? Wait a minute. What'd you say?
As we all wake up this morning, we are hit with the news that we have been bombed by Iran.
Well, we did not get bombed by Iran. We bombed them. So first of all, you're already wrong, but I give you a pass. Let's keep going.
And what a very convenient time for this to have happened. I am fairly certain it's going to come down to the president declaring a state of emergency right before midterm elections. He's going to fake some sort of internal cyber attack and blame it on Iran. And because he did that, he will then gain control over voter registration and how people vote, meaning he will eliminate electronic voting, he will eliminate mail-in ballots, and he will require everybody to re-register before you are able to vote. What that'll do is he's hoping it will sway enough people that would vote against him from voting at all. And the fact is...
Bro, okay, let's pause for a second. If Trump would do all of that, say if you are able to just be a big brain right now and outline all that, and you think it's a thing that Trump is going to do as a conspiracy against you, why would you not want to go vote? Wouldn't that embolden you more to go vote, to vote against him? Wouldn't that be with it? Wouldn't that even flip people from red to blue? Wouldn't it have the opposite effect of what you're saying? I don't think what you're saying makes any sense, but let's keep on going.
A lot of those people can't re-register in time. You know, it's just not possible for a lot of people, especially if you're working all day, every day. You know, there's a lot of things in line with that. So it's looking more and more, to me anyway, that he has started this nonsense by launching missiles at Iran, then getting a U.S. military base struck by missiles in retaliation. And he's doing all of that and killing however many people just so that he can keep his cronies around him and not have to sacrifice anybody in his party during the midterm elections.
Okie dokie. So that was your 10-4 hat theory of the day right there. What do y'all think? Is that going to be what he does? Is that a plausible thing? Is that going to happen? Look, I don't think so, bro. I think not. You're talking about a military base got hit, which you mean over in Bahrain? Over there, like, we didn't get hit on the American soil, like not in Lower 48, Alaska, Hawaii, Guam, nothing like that. It ain't no Pearl Harbor that happened. So, bro, we're gonna be just fine. Look, hold on, I'm tripping, pushing the wrong buttons. I know that a lot of you guys think that Trump's gonna just cancel the election and ain't gonna be no election. That's that fear mongering from television that you guys have been consuming and also social media. A lot of your TikToks and all kind of Insta snaps and Facebook snaps, y'all on that stuff, reading anything, believing it, and then internalizing it. But I think we'll be just fine here, bro. I think we'll be totally fine. You'll be able to vote just normal. And if you want to vote for Trump, then do it. If you don't, then don't. But I think the majority of us are not voting for Trump, but voting for the Republican Party, voting for conservatives. If you want to vote for us on the right, then do it. If you don't, then don't do it. You're not going to be restricted from being able to vote. We don't got to do no. See, you know what? I'm going to tell you something right here. A lot of the left engage in the projection. They say what they do because they are the ones that want to cheat. They are the ones that want to steal. They are the ones that want to engage in the funny business, the ballot harvesting, the mail-in ballots, messing with the machines. They want to do stuff like that, which is why if you want to go to New York City and shovel snow, you got to have not one, but two forms of ID. You want to vote in New York City? Hey, man, just show up and say, yeah, my name is Bill Gates. Give me a ballot. I'm going to vote. And you could do it. Why? Because they want the avenue open and available to cheat if they need to. They want to have that big, the big jump. Hey, it's 2 a.m. It don't look good. Activate the cheat. All right, now we got a bunch of more votes all of a sudden that come in and shift to the election. Y'all want to keep doing that. We don't want you to do it and you mad. Oh, well, get over it. All right. But if you like what you're hearing so far, please give the video a thumbs up. Like the video, share the video, do all the good stuff. That'll help me out tremendously. Okay. Now, the hockey team. There's an issue with the hockey team, I suppose. The men's hockey team. Okay. They won the gold medal. They went to the White House. My man got, Medal of Honor or something like this. So I guess some people are mad at the hockey team and they have their opinion about the hockey team. Okay. Let's check it out. And you're right, word is a bird. It's not left versus right anymore. In my opinion, it's good versus evil, right versus wrong. Simple as that. Simple as that. Okay. But the hockey team, what's going on? And why is it that these guys always wear my glasses? I feel like they're just copying my style, trying to delegitimize me. It's like, what's going on? I'm not going to stop wearing my black flame glasses because you guys wear it. I'm not going to stop wearing it. We might look similar with the beard and the glasses and the color shirt and the hat, but I promise we're totally different. We're totally different. And he white. That's another little thing right there, but it don't matter. The most important thing that we have different is up underneath the hat.
Hey, I have a message for the men's Olympic hockey team, and if you're not part of that, then keep moving on. What the hell, guys? What are you doing? Have you laughed at that joke? Come on. You're better than that. I think every one of you should give an apology to the women's team, to all the girls that play hockey, hell, all the boys that play hockey. Set a better example, guys. Be better.
The orange. Wait, hold on. RIP headphone users. RIP, bro. You scared me to death. I was like, am I about to? Is it the rapture? What's going on? Is that going to be the guy I see? Goodness gracious.
Just use the men's U.S. hockey team as a prop at the State of the Union. Yeah, that's our president. This fucking orange.
All right. I had enough of this scary dude right here. Hey, man, it's like a guy from you get caught in a dungeon. Hey, it's like you are outside one day, you riding your bike, eating ice cream or something like this, and you wake up 3 days later, and this guy right here with no shirt on, sweating, is over you like, hey, how'd you sleep? How'd you sleep? How are you feeling? You've been very drowsy. I'm scared. I'm good, bro. Don't worry about it, man. If I saw you in public, hey, man, I'm calling the cops, and I got my gun ready. Don't even worry about it. No threat. I don't feel safe. Anyway, let's keep on moving. Let's keep moving away from that guy right there. Okay. Let's keep it going. All right. Now, somebody was talking about some food earlier, eating properly. I'm going to just show some of this.
Staying healthy is really hard in the United States these days. With all the bullshit that they put in the food and all the vitamins that our body are missing, it's just really hard. Especially because those vitamins all cost like $20. And you gotta find the motivation to get your ass up and go to the gym. have like daily workouts and weekly workouts planned, and it's just really hard to find motivation sometimes. My question is though, can you actually be healthy in America these days? Because, I mean, at this point, all the food is poison, but I'm gonna try my best.
Okay, now, it is very possible to be healthy in America. More than anywhere else in the world, really, for the most part. It's easy because, listen, I know that a lot of the food has all kind of stuff on it. They spray stuff. It got all kind of hormones in it. I get it. But even with that, if you just eat properly, you'll be totally fine. Eat your one ingredient meals. If you're not going to get in DoorDash every day, fast food every day, processed boxed food every day, cookies, cakes, pies every day. If you're not doing that, you're fine. Fish, chicken, you could just eat that one ingredient. Tomatoes, greens, things like this. You eat that, you'll be totally fine. Even with they spray stuff on it, it don't matter. It's going to kind of balance itself out because you're eating healthier. Drinking water, you know, like you drink some water. You don't need vitamins, especially vitamins. You don't got to do no I don't do no vitamins at all. Just eat food that has nutrients packed into it and you be good to go. Okay, and don't eat so much food. Cut your calories and you'll be good. You'll be all right. You can eat perfectly healthy in this country. Don't be defeatist like you are right now, young lady. You'll be totally fine. Okay? You'll be totally fine. Now, where else did I want to go? Because I got like limited time here. I'm going to get to the calls in a minute so you guys can express what you feel about the whole Iran situation. But I got 3 things I wanted to show before I get to it. Oh, the shoveling. Have you guys seen the shoveling in New York City? So these guys are getting paid $45 an hour to shovel snow in New York City. Now, I'm not seeing a lot of work happening. I don't see a lot of work going on. I'm seeing guys just kind of out there hanging around chilling.
Yo, how much I get paid for this? $45 an hour?
Now, what are they actually doing? They're just kind of the guys just like poking at the pile of snow. Just poking at it. There's no actual work going on. Is there a foreman? Is there an overseer? A boss? You're just kind of out there just going like this and getting paid $45 an hour. Okay, this is socialism, I suppose. I don't know what this is. Is this typical for New York where they have workers out there just doing stuff like that? You know, maybe, Zoran, maybe there should just be, you know, public works guys that do stuff like this. Are there no guys like that exist? Are these public works guys? I don't really understand. But, you know, in a place like New York, it's no thing to waste money. It's just like whatever. Now, some are going to say, oh, ABL, that's just one video. Okay, I got another one. Don't worry about it. It's the same thing going on. Same exact thing going on. No difference. Guys standing around, kind of like just poking at the snow pile. And to my New Yorkers, how are the streets out there? They don't look to be that bad right now in this video. And I presume it's probably warmer today because it's hot here. I'm about to bust in the flames, right? It's like 75 degrees here. So it's probably warmer there as well. How are the streets looking? Do we have dog waste everywhere? Do we have snow all over the place? You know, that dirty snow that's been there about 10 days. You know, that wore out snow. How do the streets look? Y'all let me know. But getting paid that much to do just this, you're not doing much work at all. Hey, that's me. If I was out there, if I was really working, I'd be going hard. I'll always go hard at my job. I never was the kind of guy that be just, you know, sitting around chilling. I always went hard. I don't care how much I was getting paid. I get paid $8 an hour and go hard. And if I ain't got nothing to do, if I got everything, you know, finished, if everything is put up and away, I'm going to find something to do. I was the kind of guy, I'll be polishing stuff. Like, I was like that for $8 an hour at max. I started at $6.25. And to preach a little bit right here, when you put work into a thing, when you put hard work into whatever you do, that attitude carries throughout your life. So I have that same mentality with this. I was up 7 a.m. this morning. I went to bed at about 10. I got an hour before I did this live stream. I normally sleep enough, but Iran happened. I had to be on it. I can't just let that guy, I had to be on it. And some guys never developed that mentality. They always had the mentality of doing the bare minimum, just scraping by, trying to get paid, riding the clock. I never had that mentality at all. Never, not never. Oh, now here's a situation with a foreign-born, I suppose, truck driver, going the wrong way for not 1, not 2, but 3 miles. He went the wrong way on the interstate. So imagine you're driving north up 75. He driving south, but he is on the same side of the road as you. It's like, bro, you're supposed to be over there. Why are you over here with me? Let's watch this.
18-wheeler barreling down the highway into oncoming traffic. The witness who recorded this video says they almost had a head-on collision with the semi before turning around and recording it going in the wrong direction. And instead of pulling over once they saw cars flying right at them, the witness says the semi sped up and was hitting 50 miles per hour, going the wrong way for nearly 3 miles. Miraculously, they didn't hit anyone, and Missouri Highway Patrol eventually pulled over that driver who had a legal commercial driver's license from Minnesota. But Highway Patrol says during that stop, our commercial vehicle enforcement troopers conducted a driver inspection and determined the driver could not properly identify road signs, as mandated by federal motor carrier regulations. Per federal motor carrier guidelines, he was placed out of service and not allowed to continue driving. Here's what we know about this particular trucking business. Cargo Transportation LLC is run out of an apartment in Hopkins, Minnesota, just outside Minneapolis. It was registered in 2023 to an Abdulwali Ahmed.
Abdulwali Ahmed in Minnesota. Gee, I wonder where he's from. Anybody want to guess? I'll give you one guess. Just one guess. And I'm sure you guys are going to be able to figure it out. I'm sure you are.
And only has 2 drivers, one of whom presumably can't read road signs. But still, last year, the company drove more than 81,000 miles. We've reached out to both Cargo Transportation and Minnesota's Commercial Driver's License Division for comment. Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy says the Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration is now investigating this particular company as the administration continues it.
So there we go. Okay. So the wrong way for 3 miles, and he was speeding up 55 miles an hour. Imagine that. Imagine you are driving north, they going south on the same part of the road as you, where in that lane, nobody should be going that way. Everybody should be going, everyone on that side should be going this way. Okay, because you got an interstate. Okay, you got your 3-lane, 4-lane, 5-lane, whatever it is on one side of the median. You got a median on the other side, they're going the other direction. He's on your side of the median going the wrong way. Imagine you driving and that's going on. What do you even think about when that's happening? And what if you're not really paying attention? Man, dangerous. Anybody, like somebody could have died that day easily. All right, but if you like what you're hearing so far, please give the video a thumbs up. Like the video, share the video, do all that good stuff. That'll help me out tremendously. Now, I'm going to go back to the whole thing with the the whole N-word BAFTA thing. Okay, let's talk about it for a second. I'm going to show this video, and then I'm going to show you what I think is the culprit here. It's not about the N-word being offended. It's about some corporate, I guess you would say, corporate sabotage. This seems to me like corporate sabotage because, okay, we all saw the N-word kerfuffle on stage at the BAFTAs over in UK. Michael B. Jordan, the Rolando, they're on stage, getting the award, and the guy with Tourette's allegedly calls him the N-word, and miraculously, the BBC and BAFTA censored everything else because they had a 2-hour tech delay. They censored everything else except for that one word. They censor other racial slurs. They censor things about Donald Trump. They censor all type of stuff on a 2-hour tech delay except for that right there. The guy was sitting 40 rows back away from the stage, but miraculously, there was a microphone right in front of him, randomly. That's why you were able to hear it. when you're on the stage, when you're in an auditorium that big, if you're that far back, you should not be heard at all. He was heard because he was mic'd up. They wanted you to hear it. Why? Probably got paid some money, and maybe they got paid some money because there was some corporate sabotage. The center, the movie Sinners that Michael B. Jordan and Delroy Lindo were in is owned by Warner Brothers. The very next day, what happens? Netflix says, hey, that deal Warner Brothers doesn't look too lucrative anymore. The value was kind of gone down. Oh, okay. I wonder if the N-word thing had anything to do with it. I wonder if it had anything to do with it. Maybe, perhaps. So again, the argument about race and the N-word is low level. I'm thinking about corporate sabotage. So look, here's what I'm talking about right here. It's over. Netflix has declined to increase its offer for Warner Brothers Discovery after the David Zaslav-led media company's board declared Paramount's Skydance new bid a superior proposal. You see? So maybe, here's my theory about what happened. BBC gets cut a check to engage in corporate sabotage to help Paramount Skydance against Warner Brothers, who again own the movie Sinners, which has Michael B. Jordan and Delroy Lindo. Does it make sense? To me, it does. It makes all the sense in the world. So things like that can happen. They really can. It wouldn't be the first time like that kind of thing has happened. And in today's world of social media and things just kind of get beamed out there, you could do things like this. And then it's plausible deniability. Oh, I didn't know he would do it. I didn't know he would do it. I didn't know. I'm sorry. It was a mistake. It was a mistake. Nah. Somebody got paid some money, and there could be some corporate sabotage. Now, I don't know what the laws are over in UK for stuff like this, but if they did that in the USA, there'd be an investigation from the FCC, because you can't do stuff like that. You cannot sabotage someone's value with a stunt like that. That is illegal in the USA, but over there, it may not be. That's why it happened over there, in my humble opinion. Are you lost, CB? So look, I'm gonna break it down one more time. So remember at the BAFTAs, let me put up a visual for you guys. Hold on, let me get a visual. Let me get a visual for you guys, right quick. Okay. So at the BAFTA Awards over in UK, Michael B. Jordan and Delroy Lindo were presenting an award. As they're on stage presenting an award, a guy with Tourette's allegedly shouts the N-word at them and the B-word. It's audible on the tape. There was a 2-hour tape delay. They had plenty of time to edit everything else, which they did, except for just that one word. Everything else, racial slurs got censored. Political statements got censored. Free Palestine got censored. All those things got censored except for that one thing that you shouldn't have heard, because the guy was 40 rows back. He was all the way back in the mezzanine. He was all the way back. But miraculously, there was a mic near him. Now, I'm right on the mic right now, but if I'm away from the mic, you can still hear me. The sound is not the same, but you can still hear me. So the mic is not right on me, but if it's powerful enough, it can pick up my voice enough for you to hear. You see? That's what happened. They didn't cut it out because they wanted it to be a big thing, a big controversy, which would impact Michael B. Jordan and Delroy Lindo. And they were there representing a movie called Sinners. Sinners is owned by Warner Brothers. Warner Brothers may have taken a stock hit after this whole incident happened, which caused them to lose value, which caused them to lose out on the Netflix deal. That, if they did it on purpose, is called corporate sabotage. That is illegal, and you will go to prison for it. Or you might get a fine. You might get locked up, but you will get a fine for that. For sure. It was so convenient. It was so convenient. Now, people who are trying to argue this are arguing things that don't matter. Racism and ableism, those things are meaningless. The whole issue is you cause controversy which damage the company. You cause the issue, you cause controversy, and that damaged the company's reputation, that damaged their stock, that damaged their value, which decreased their value for their deal. Does that make sense? I think I'm right. Now, can I prove it? Maybe not, but that's kind of what it sounds like. But it's easy to just miss that point and focus on the N word and the guy with Tourette's. You see? All right, so there we go. Now, of course, we got a knuckle dragger in the comments. Happened last week, didn't it? Happened last week, didn't it? Carry on, didn't it? Idiot. Anyway, if you like what you're hearing so far, please give the video a thumbs up. Like the video, share the video, do all that good stuff. That'll help me out tremendously. All right, but shout out to you guys. I appreciate y'all for being here. Oh, one more thing. They capitalize on race all the time. This is a scene from the movie that the Tourette's guy had. Watch this scene from the movie right quick, and then I move on. Now they're gonna try to copyright me, so I'm gonna just like speak over it here. But look, so they're painting their room black, and then all of a sudden, let's put the black paint on my face. Okay, and I put it on your face too. Yay, we got blackface. See, they do stuff like that because that generates attention, and it's a form of entertainment that it's what you do when you are not creative. Okay, see what I'm saying? But it's all about that money at the end of the day. All about that money. Knuckle draggers, man, the UK people, man, listen. As I was saying earlier, I'm gonna close. Before I get to my calls, I'm gonna say this. I said on Twitter, this is part of the reason why they picked the Jews to do stuff that matters in the world, like military operations, controlling money, things that actually matter in this world. The Israelis get picked to do it because the Europeans, their cousins in Europe, can't do it. Not all, but most. In UK, knuckle draggers, 1 foot still in the cave, don't understand basic concepts. They kind of retarded. Americans, black, white, or whatever, are more intelligent than they are. When you explain simple things to these people, they don't get it. What do you mean? What are you going on about? What are you saying? They're retarded. So they can't do nothing like what happened in Iran. How they going to do it when they don't understand basic concepts? They don't understand what a scam is. They don't understand what a con artist is. They don't understand what corporate sabotage is. They have no idea. They don't know anything. These guys are retarded. They have delayed developmental abilities because they rested on their laurels. They conquered the world and they were great at that point. But what have they done since then? Nothing. It's been us that have done things, not them. And the Israelis are like us, America Part 2. That's why they get picked for things like this to actually do things that matter. Not UK, Germany, nowhere like that. France, and France is the worst. They suck the absolute worst out of everybody. They're bad as a colonial power. Anyway, I'm getting triggered. I'm getting triggered. Shout out to my Europeans who understand what I'm saying and are not like that. But you know your knuckle dragging neighbors. You already know what it is. Same thing over here. We got some of these blue haired crazy people, the Transformers. We know who they are. That's not all of us, but it is some of us. Same thing with y'all. I got some knuckle draggers, some inbred, all of that going on. You know it. I'm getting triggered. Anyway, if you like what you heard tonight, please give the video a thumbs up. Like the video, share the video, do all that good stuff. That'll help me out tremendously. Let's get to the calls in a minute. The number to call is 706-406-3287. Again, 706-406-3287. There it is right there in the ticker, 706-406-3287. But first, I got super chats on deck, and then we're going to get to it. Watch the film, ABL. It's pretty good, isn't it? Watch the film, ABL. Watch the documentary. Watch the TV show, ABL. Y'all like zombies. Y'all repeat the same thing over and over again. No, I'm not going to watch that film. I'm not going to watch no unfunny people talk about blackface. I'm not going to watch no primitive cave dwelling knuckle dragon comedy. I'm not going to watch it. Okay? And that's not a white reference. That's a European, UK reference. Because I much rather watch some white American stuff. Yeah, let me get some white American entertainment, music. I like that. Not y'all's over in Europe. I don't want to see that. Anyway, I'm getting triggered. Now I'm getting racist. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. All right, super chats on that, and then I'm gonna watch. Let me go get to the calls. All right, thank you to Bertie and Jeeves, who says Trump is getting it all done ASAP, not wasting a single day. God bless him. Right on. Thank you to R Black Pro, who says many of the Iran people are partying, celebrating, and crying in some of the New York streets. A few fireworks. Thank you to Devin, who says, can we get a refund on the pallets of cash now? That's what I'm saying. About Barack Obama gave the cash. Can we get a refund on that? That's what I'm saying. All right. Thank you to Apple Bucker, All Puff Daddy, who says, Crypt Keeper James Carville is back, criticizing Trump again. What's your opinion of this Skeletor? How can we take this guy seriously? He's sad. I mean, he's not really relevant like that. It doesn't really matter. He might go on TV occasionally and say a few things, but he has no real relevance. All right. Thank you to Apple again, who says, please, ABL, what is your opinion on Joe Biden claiming that he closed the border to illegal immigration and handed President Trump a roaring economy? Hey, I don't know why he's still out there talking. I saw that. I saw I saw Joe Biden out there talking. I'm like, why is he still talking? This guy looks to be 10,000 years old. In Prometheus, when they had the beginning scene where they found an engineer, he looked like that guy that, died first. He looked just like him. Thank you to Apple again, who says Slick Willie and Hillary denied knowing Epstein. That was funny. I saw Hillary said, hey, I don't know who that is. I did not go on a plane with that man. Same thing as Slick Willie talking about, I did not have sexual relations with that woman. Same thing. Same energy. So, they lie. They will tell you anything they want you to hear, per usual. Thank you to Dolores, who says, thank you, Mr. Anthony. Thank you for your support. I appreciate you. Thank you to Denisha, who says, I'm about to eat my Thin Mints Girl Scout cookies. There you go. Shout out to the Girl Scout cookies. I got some of them in downstairs. Hey, I was leaving the grocery store, right? Matter of fact, I saw them when I went to the grocery store. They were right in front. It was a lady and the little girls out there with the cookies. I'm like, okay. I already know when I saw them, I got to get some. And then I came out and I would say how much does the box cost. They said, like $6. I'm like, bet. I'm like, bet. Let me get first, because I got a $20 bill in my pocket. I'm like, okay, let me get 2 boxes. Then I'm like, you know what? Hey, man, treat yourself. It's okay. Go ahead and get a 3rd box and give them a $2 tip. So I got 3 boxes. I got the Thin Mints, the trefoils, and the lemon. Oh, my goodness. Talking about good. Listen, them cookies, man. I am the cookie monster. That's my weakness. Superman, kryptonite, me, cookies. Any kind of cookie, I'm with it. Thank you to Buff vs. Windshield, who says, been a while, boss. I ain't seen you in a minute. Buff vs. Windshield says, the youth always blame the old for today's problems, yet don't want to step up to prevent future problems. Iran is opportunity for a better world. Right on. Thank you to the White Man for the peace emoji. Thank you to Dolores for your super chat. Thank you to Peter for your super chat. Thank you to Twisted Clown, who says January Venezuela, February Iran, March Colombia. Bad year to be a dictator, pumping out your chest at America. So is that going to be next? Colombia? If not Colombia, then who next? Mexico? And we just saw what happened right there with Jalisco and Puerto Vallarta and whatnot. There were some issues with the cartel. Are they going to be next? What do y'all think? Who's next to get liberated? Is it going to be Colombia, Mexico? Where are we going next? Thank you to Lanita, who says, I work out at a gym with a lot of Lanita says, I work out at a gym with a lot of Iranians. They said, believe nothing out of Iranian news, all propaganda. Thank you to Ryan Henderson, who says, can Kamala quit talking? She's not a good spokesperson for America. Right on. Thank you to, Cuba. Yeah, Cuba, that's next, because Trump already said it. He said there could be a friendly takeover of Cuba. So they most certainly could be next. Yes, absolutely. Thank you to Cinderella, who gives me the super chat hugging emoji. I appreciate you for that, Cinderella. Thank you for joining us. Thank you to Twisted Clown who says liberals will say Iranian celebrating is AI, of course, always. Thank you to Bart versus Windshield for saying fear, hate, violence. That's a liberal agenda. Thank you to Ryan Henderson who says all these liberals are just too much for me. They're crazy. They really are. They most certainly are. All right, let's go ahead and get to some calls. The number to call, 706-406-3287. Again, 706-406-3287. All right, and let's go ahead and get cracking, rocking, and rolling. So shout out to Cuba. I think they most certainly will be next. And then that's Marco on that. Yeah, go ahead and make Marco be the next president of Cuba, the governor of Cuba, or whatever you want him to be. Like I said, when Marco becomes a president, let him get 40% of the world, Xi Jinping 30%, and Putin get another 30%. Fair to me. 786 on the line. Who am I speaking to?
Mr. Anthony Brian Logan, how are you, sir?
I'm doing well. About yourself?
Oh, finally ecstatic. And in one sense of my life, to give away my age, I feel like a sense of justice was done. Taking out Ali Khamenei and so many of the mullahs and their rule in Iran. I think back, I remember I was a freshman in high school when the U.S. Embassy was taken captive and seized in November 1979. And our embassy was held captive by these fanatics for literally 444 days. I remember that, and I feel like finally, they're finally getting their upcomings for that.
I believe you're right, and it's long overdue.
Yes, I mean that's one thing I'm really ecstatic about. I know you're talking about Iran. The flag that was the flag of the Shah, the red, white, and green flag with that lion with the sword. That was the flag of Iran, when the Shah was in power. The thing that's interesting about Iran is that in between the Shah and Ayatollah Khamenei, the Islamic Revolution, there was a provisional government put in, but it was very weak. The president of Iran in between that time was a man named Bakhtiar, but of course that's the problem with provisional governments is that they're weak, and they're often very, very unstable. They don't have a sure footing. But I don't see Iran too becoming like this long protracted boots on the ground war in nation building because of the fact they already have a leader that could come back, Crown Prince Reza Pahlavi, and I think he did have a long time actually a government in exile. It wasn't just him, and so they got a government ready to go basically, from what I could see. And not like Iran back in Iraq. I'm sorry. Back in 2003, they got something to go in place. I think and is ready to go. So I don't see a protracted nation building war for that reason.
Right, I believe you're right. I think everything is ready to go. It's not like a 20-year thing. I think it'd be pretty much plug and play. It won't be overnight, but it won't be 20 years like Iraq, Afghanistan, that whole boondoggle.
Yeah, and I had a boss from Iran who remembered the Shah, and there was some problems with the police of Savak and all. Some of them got a little out of control, and then the Shah's there was a lot of kind of unrest. The Shah left and put Bakhtiar in as the provisional government. That's what my former boss said, and then he said the fanatics took over, and they set Iran back over 1,000 years. That summed it all up. And also too, my father, believe it or not, my late father many years ago was the Shah's limousine driver once. When the Shah was visiting Grumman Aerospace on Long Island where my father worked, he was looking to buy planes for the Iranian Air Force at the time.
Oh wow. Interesting.
Yeah, so something interesting and a little Hollywood-esque gossip about the Shah, and that is some of his coworkers were limousine chauffeurs when the Shah went into New York City at night, and the Shah always liked to go to these little out-of-the-way hole-in-the-wall places, like the ones you have to walk like 3 steps down from the sidewalk to enter.
Mm.
None of the high-profile clubs. I mean, New York had one at the time, like Studio 54 and a few others, but he went to the little hole-in-the-walls is what he liked.
That's a good sign because he's not trying to be like super famous and, you know, big, you know, club party guy. He's just trying to go relax and just, you know, just chill out.
Yeah. You know, I'm talking about the Shah, not about Crown Prince Pahlavi. I'm talking about his father.
Right.
And the picture of the protest you saw, just to make it clear, the picture of the protest, well, not the protest, I'm sorry. The rally, the celebration you saw from Australia.
Yeah.
There's a picture of it. That was the picture of the Shah that they had there. I recognized him. You know, giving a salute, military salute.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Well, fascinating things happening. I'll let you go and let everyone else talk about all the other fascinating stuff going on.
Well, thank you for the call, man. Definitely appreciate you.
All right. Thank you so much. Bye.
All right. Great call. Shout out to the caller. And shout out to the Shah of Iran and now the Crown Prince. Let's go to 210. You're on the line. Who am I speaking to?
Elizabeth from San Antonio, Texas.
All righty. What's going on?
Hey, Anthony, ABL family. I haven't been able to call for a while, but I'm glad that I finally got through. Excuse my voice. I lost my voice, but I hope everyone can hear me clearly. First of all, Anthony, I want to tell you thank you so much for this segment. This program has really opened up everyone's eyes to the world, everyone's hearts and mind and souls that Iran has been, the people of Iran have been prisoners. They have literally been living the lives just like how the Jews were being persecuted back in the 1940s by Hitler. They were literally living today in modern times by that blasphemous leader. And I am so glad that everything happened the way that it did today. I am so happy and glad that everyone all over the world is celebrating their liberation and their freedom. I am so happy and glad that Iran and the people of Iran have recognized that finally that things are coming to light by the grace of God. So I appreciate this program, this segment. It is one of my favorites so far, almost by far, probably the most favorite. And I have been following you since 2019. I have been strong with you, supporting you since 2019. So I really do appreciate you putting this segment, you putting this program on today. I am Elizabeth from San Antonio, Texas. I'm a Messianic Jewish woman, but I am Hispanic from San Antonio, Texas, and my faith is Messianic Jew. So this means a lot to me. This means a lot to my family, and I really do appreciate you putting this on with all my heart and soul. So thank you so much for everything, and thank you for everything that you have done for these past 6 years that I have been following you. You have been in my TV, in front of my TV, every single day, all day, every day. Even when I miss out on certain episodes or certain programs or certain, certain videos that you post, whenever I get a chance, whenever I get around to it, I'm able to catch up. And my whole family knows you now because of me. I have an autistic little girl. She is attached to you because of me. She's 9 years old, but since 2019, since she was a baby, she has been following you as well. Whenever she sees you on our TV, she goes up to you and she kisses you on the cheek. She loves you. We all love you. Okay? So I just want to let you know that you are very, very much loved in San Antonio, Texas. And real quick, before I let you go, I just want to ask you a question because I remember a while back, it was a few months ago, someone asked you when you were going to do your tour of coming to speak from city to city. I want to know, when are you going to come to San Antonio? Because I want to go visit you, see you, talk to you in person, and, just have that interaction with you in person, because I really do feel like you are heaven sent. And I really do feel like if it wasn't for you, a lot of people not only in Texas, but all over the world, they would not be realizing the ways of the world if it wasn't for you. And I would just love to have that experience. So I'm sorry for my voice. My voice is so raspy. I have like a high-pitched Minnie Mouse voice. I don't know if you remember any of our calls from the past, but I have a super duper high-pitched voice. I lost my voice, but I'm sorry if you can't hear me correctly. I hope you can. But when are you coming on tour? When are you coming to San Antonio? I'm not crazy. I'm not psycho.
No, it's okay. Well, but first, thank you for being a fan and being there for me. I really appreciate you. So I just want to say thank you for that. It means a lot to me. But as far as when I'm coming to San Antonio, I'm not really sure. Like I have some places in mind. I just got to figure out how I'm gonna do everything. But I know kind of where I want to go. And if San Antonio is a place where I need to be, then let's make it happen. I think that I'll keep it in mind, and I'm gonna see if I can get enough people to show up and everything else.
Please make it happen. You know what? I have a production company called Metal Empire Productions. I'm a live music event producer. I will promote you. I will do everything that I can to make people come out and see you. Okay? I will promote you. I will do everything I can for free just for the sake of people getting to hear your word, because people need to not only hear you on YouTube and on Facebook and on Instagram, but they need to see you in person as well. And I'm willing to do everything I can in my power to make that happen. And I appreciate you. Oh, and another thing, I'm sorry, I don't mean to drag it on, but you have been getting more famous and more famous. I can't believe I just got through today, because I have been trying to get through, like in the past couple of months. I have not been able to get through. I am blessed by God that I've been able to get through to you today. When you become even more famous, do you promise not to forget about us and keep on taking our calls? Do you please keep on taking our calls and keeping in touch with us that support you and love you?
I will. I'll certainly do that. Absolutely.
Okay. No matter what, please keep on taking our calls. Please keep on keeping in touch with us, because we really do. I really do. My family really does pray. My family praises your word. And I know that you are not that too much religious, but I feel like you are heaven sent from God. And that's why so many people are following you today.
Well, thank you for that. It means a lot to me. I appreciate you. Thank you.
You're welcome. God bless you. God bless you, all of you, ABL family. I love you all. Elizabeth, San Antonio, Texas. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Thank you. Good night.
Good night. Wow. How you going to top that? That was amazing. Shout out to her. Very good. Hey, I love it. I love it. 314 on line. Who am I speaking to?
Yeah, how you doing, sir? My name is Kareem.
All right, what's going on?
Yeah, I was listening to the last person that was on your chat, and I just want to say that girl sounded like a crackhead, man.
Why would you say that, bro? Like, what's wrong with you, man?
No, it's true though. But I was gonna say also.
All right, never mind. Don't worry about it. Like, what type of hater is that? You know, that's just hate right there. You see, when somebody's calling and they're saying something very nice about somebody, and then you want to say something like that, it's because you hate, and it's because you can't get that to be said about you. That's all. Because there's no reason to say that at all. If she sounds a certain kind of way or anything like that, keep it to yourself. Okay? You did that because you're a hater. Don't have no hate in your blood, bro. That's not a very good look, man. 859 on line. Who am I speaking to?
All right. The combination of Hami Malay and Anton LaVey. How's it going? And of course, you probably know my opinion on the whole Iraq thing as a libertarian. Not a fan of the whole war. Not a fan of the whole war thing. Not at all. Hold
on. You said Iraq. You mean Iran?
Iran. My bad. My dyslexia, my brother.
It's all right. Go ahead.
But yeah, I'm not exactly a fan of the whole war. I think it's mostly a distraction for the whole Epstein list, and also I think if there is on the behalf of another random country. sorry to say this, but I think it's the same country that's been blackmailing us since 1989. You may think I'm a conspiracy theory on that. That's understandable.
You said what now? You said what?
I think we're doing the behalf of Israel, of a random Middle Eastern country, and we're doing the behalf of them. I think the real threat is the drug cartels that are overtaking the Mexican government. That's just my opinion. I think the real threat is right next door to us.
Okay, so I mean, you can have both things at the same time. You can have the drug cartels be a threat, and also the Iranian regime be a threat as well.
No, that's understandable, but I just really think it's in the behalf of another country's problems. I really think it's just the behalf of their problems. If we stay out of it, I guarantee you the stuff will settle down by now. I guarantee you. But I feel like if we're interfering in it, it's not going to work out. It's going to make stuff worse. And not only that.
What do you mean? Like, hold on. You kind of like talking kind of fast. Like when you say the stuff's going to settle down, what are you talking about? What stuff are you talking about?
I feel like our interference in that conflict will cause the issue a lot more problems.
What's the issue?
I'm just saying. The war, the issue between the arms of nuclear arms that they have. I guarantee you, if we left them alone, we would not have any issues. What the issues that we have right now is the drug cartel. Like, that's the major problem. They're beheading people off. They're overtaking their government. They're about to come over here soon.
Okay, I'm not quite sure you know what the actual issue is in Iran.
The issue is I've heard like they have weapons of mass destruction. Right? We heard this before.
You don't really understand. And it's okay, but you don't really understand the issue. But go ahead.
Well, the issue. You talking about the issue? What happened over in Florida with Colombia with a false flag attack recently? It's like the repeat of history. This is. I'm sorry, ABL, but I'm saying Trump is looking like Hillary by this point. I voted against this kind of stuff, and now what Trump doing is what Hillary said she was going to do.
So what is war? Go ahead.
Start this war. I did not want Ukraine. I didn't want the interference of Ukraine, and now we're into another war. And I'm beginning to think I don't believe the authorities as we speak. Pan Bondi and Kash Patel are incompetent. They're literally incompetent. They couldn't arrest any celebrities who just dipped out over the Epstein list. Like Ellen, Jay-Z, they dipped out of the United States, and you're telling me that's like there's probable cause.
Bro.
Why are they not going after them?
Listen, though. How long have the Epstein files been available? How long have the Epstein files been the thing? Like how many years?
But there's no arrest.
But answer the question though.
Like it's been a while, and
wait. Come on. You're not actually addressing the issues. You're trying to skip over it. Let's address it. Let's deal with it. Don't kick the can down the road. Let's deal with it. So, how long have the Epstein files been available for anybody to peruse through?
It's been a while.
How long? Give me like a number of years.
It's not been long. Fair enough.
The point I'm making is that it didn't just happen to become available right now in 2026. Epstein been dead since what, 2019?
Allegedly.
He basically, but my point is this: the Epstein files, you could have done something under the Biden administration. There's nothing that is going to be done with these files because anything that could have been done has already been done. What you are looking at right now is a distraction in the Epstein files. There's nothing there. It's a nothing burger. That is a distraction, not the Iran situation.
The Iran is a nothing burger, and the reason why I said it is because Colombia is a false flag attack that happened in Florida about a couple of weeks ago. Not only that, ABL, you also think about the cartels are doing what they're doing right next door compared to what Iran's doing. Iran, granted, what they're doing is bad, but they're beheading citizens over the cartels. I'm just saying, I see this big scary monster closer in the next door. That's how I feel.
Okay, but I would just challenge you to just learn more about Iran and what's happening, and your perspective might change.
Oh, I understand. You may think I got to look more into it, but I think a lot of false flags. I think, like I said, I think the intelligence agency has really messed up a lot more recently, and I really have no trust into what they're telling me. That's just how I see it, because I feel like it's the same recurring stuff from the pro-war stuff, and that's how I feel it. Hey, look, I respect your opinion, ABL. Much love to you. I like your program, and hey, much love to you, bro. You're awesome, and I give it up to you. There's some stuff I'm not an expert by, and you probably know more than I do.
Hey man, that's all I can ask you, just to be open minded, man. So thank you for your call, boss. Appreciate you.
Hey, also there's one more thing.
All right.
More thing. If they actually, the DOJ actually rule as fiat, if I ruled as fiat, yeah, anybody who's guilty on those Epstein files, yeah, throw them in a room full of Antifa who are eat the rich, and tell them the only way you can get out if you actually eat the rich. That'd be more suited. Thank you very much for taking a phone call. Much love to you. Bye.
All right, now. Thanks for the call, man. I appreciate you. Let's go to 310. You don't know who I'm speaking to.
This is Ron from Georgia. How you doing, ABL?
I'm doing well. About yourself?
Another big week, man. I tell you. First, before I start talking about Iran, I got to say thank you, President Trump, for the State of the Union. That was an awesome State of the Union. It showed the state of our country, who's with America and who ain't. It shows that. It shows that we love our servicemen, those who put out, the Coast Guard, the pilots. You know, I mean, to hear that act of bravery was awesome. It goes to show the character of the people that we have. These men who are right now fighting in Iran, you know, the things that they're doing, how even the Israelis pinpoint knowing where the head of the serpent is and taking care of it, awesome. In conjunction with our awesome force, awesome. And to see people who are ignorant to what's really was going on in Iran, how it all came. The first caller that you had that was talking about Iran when he was in junior high school, well, I was a full adult when that happened. Okay, I was like 24 or something like that when all that happened. I remember when Jimmy Carter had the hostages and everything. They kept those hostages for, like you said, 400-some days, and they didn't release them until Ronald Reagan came in office. The day that Ronald Reagan came in office, they let them all out. They released them. Okay, and because Reagan told them, said, we're not going to go ahead and negotiate with hostage taking. They said, we're going to bomb the heck out of you if you don't let our people go. And said, when by the time he was sworn in, they were released. See, it's the attitude. Do people respect the attitude of not compromising? Trump is showing the same type of attitude. He tried to negotiate. You want to go ahead and play these games? Silly games, you found out. And they, like I said, they already thought about what could happen, and they always thought about what will happen, because we're not going to continue to keep this here game going. Where Obama went ahead and gave all that billions of dollars on the tarmac, you know, and they used those billions of dollars that we gave back to them that was frozen, that could have been used right now for the Iranian people to rebuild their things. Instead, they used that money to fund proxy wars with Hezbollah and everybody, all these terror groups all over the world. Obama funded that, gave that money back. I mean, it's their money, but like I said, we had it in escrow, but we gave that back to them on the tarmac, trying to negotiate. We want to give them a A-bomb. That's what the Democrat Party wanted to do. That's their mindset. Okay, but no, we're not going to go ahead and give them that type of mindset. So the Iranian people are happy. Like I said, I remember it used to be a place where we can walk around and everything like that. That was that picture showing the people walking around without their burqas on and everything, people free and had the Western culture. Christians was out there and everything. Christians and Muslims was able to walk together. That's not the case today. Not like that. And like I said, the people are terrorizing and killing their own people. It's not that's not uncommon. It's like I said, to go ahead and try to say what America or Israel might do. These people will hide in churches and mosques and schools and everything like that just to go ahead and get a headline. This is their tactics. They're terroristic tactics. But like I said, the real people who are knowledgeable within their country, are celebrating. These people want to go back to a more Western culture. They're celebrating all around the world. And our ignorant people here, like I say, with these ready-made signs and everything like that, $18 an hour to go ahead and hold a sign. And they ask them a question on what's what. They can't tell you why they're there. All they know is that we're protesting against ICE to protesting against this war. It's not a war. It's actually it's an attack. We're just going ahead and helping the people out. We're giving them a chance. That's what the president says. We're giving them a chance. So we're doing this here stuff. We're helping you out. Get a chance. Now it's up to you to go ahead and make it happen. The people get out there and make it happen. This is what's going on. But like I said, the things we got going on in America right now, you're talking about the last gentleman was talking about the enemies of that's south of the border. No, brother. It's not the south of the border. It's inside our border. The enemy is inside the border. It's in our country right now. Anybody that do not want to stand up for America, you're an enemy. You don't love your country, you're an enemy. These people are enemies of our country, trying to change the way Americans think and behave. You're the enemy. And like I said, it's not a war between left and right. It's good and evil. It's good and evil. And we're standing up for the good. We're standing up for the good, and we will stand up for the good. As God is my witness, we are standing up for the good. And like I say, we still continue to pray for our country. These leaders, so-called leaders, Mandami, he got the nerve, a mayor got the nerve to talk about what's going on in the federal government, about what we're doing. This man's a traitor too. He doesn't support our country at all. He support what he want to do. They go ahead and next thing he'll be prophesying Sharia law in New York streets. That'll be the next thing he'll go ahead and do. These guys, $45 an hour to go ahead and shovel snow back and forth and everything like that. There's no progress in that. It's just a free giveaway. It's just a free giveaway. That's it. Just might as well just go ahead and take the street sweepers off the street and give everybody a broom and a shovel once the snow melts. That'd be the next thing, to get up all the rats and stuff like that. But they probably wouldn't make no progress because he's being standing in one place. It's crazy. But there's still hope for America. I tell you, let people just wake up. Let people just wake up. Please, America, wake up. It's time to wake up. See what's going on. Our president is really trying to work for us. It's not just it's not going to be a protracted, everlasting war. It's not the same thing like going on in Ukraine. It's not. It's not. This is something that's important. It's been important, and it'll stabilize the whole region. It'll stabilize the world, because once the money trail is cut off, stability will come on. It'll happen. Believe me, it'll happen. But I just say, praise God for our president and everything that he's demonstrating, showing where people are at, the hearts and minds of the people, where their heart is really at. And the ones that don't want to stand up for righteousness, stand up for the right, for people in common sense right, they're enemies of our nation. And it's sad to see that even in our Congress, the people are enemies. It's a fact. But my brother, God bless you, my man. I love you. I don't want to continue to rant on, because I can go. But you know what? God is good, and He's good for America. America, come back to the Lord. Acknowledge Him in all ways. Lift up your president. Lift up your country. Lift up your people, your friends, your neighbors. Lift them up, because these people need it. All of us need it. God bless you. God bless you, my brother. I love you. God bless everybody, okay?
Right on, man. Thank you for the call. Definitely appreciate you.
You too, sir. Bye-bye.
All right, great call. Shout out to you guys. I appreciate y'all for rocking and rolling. Let's take another call here. Let's go to 504. You don't know how I'm speaking to.
Hey, ABL, it's Alien Spaceship.
All right, man, what's going on?
All right, shout out to you in chat, and I really appreciate your coverage and the callers. So, yeah, I remember earlier this morning, similar to Venezuela, about the strike on Iran with Israel. So it seems to be, from what I can gather from the research on it, that the leader was deleted. And I was looking up some things about potential people that would take his place, and some relatives of his, some people that are in like his cabinet. It's not called that, but it's something like that. But I hope that the people there can have a more westernized country. Now they're different than we are, and they will hopefully be able to have more of a westernized style country and be various religions, whatever people choose to be over there. But that's good for them. But now the group that's there, to me, seems more like a cult of personality, similar to like North Korea. And I think that it's very dystopian. So like with Venezuela, hopefully they can get back to being how they used to be from a long time ago, when it was more westernized.
Yes, hopefully they can get back to that. And I think that people really, really want it. And a lot of those who had to flee Iran when the revolution happened went to more Western places. So hopefully they can come back. Hopefully the Crown Prince, Reza Pahlavi, who's in the U.S., hopefully he's able to go back as well and help them just go on the right track, because the way they were going, it wasn't good for them.
Right. And so talking to people that were either from there or new people from there, they're not saying that the prince is bad, the one in America. The other regime apparently had some issues to it. And then this revolution had happened. They got something really, really bad, similar to how, like in Russia, they had a revolution, and then the thing that replaced it became bad. It's like worse than whatever was there before. But I do think it was very westernized, though, contrary to what it became later. And a lot of these revolutions, they're governed by hate. And when they go by hatred, they're just going to lose the soul of the people and eventually regress, because there's all these protests going on over there. There was something about their media promoted this Baal statue being burnt. There was something I saw about that, which had to do with propaganda from the Iran's government. But what I see mostly is the people protesting against this regime that's there. Many more people. There's a lot of people that were kidnapped, that were imprisoned and deleted by the regime. So yeah, it seems that the people within the country don't like it. And there are a variety of different religions. I'd say it's predominantly Muslim, and there's some Christians, Zoroastrians, different groups. And I feel that people, like what you said in your video, people could believe whatever they want to believe, but they shouldn't be, like, through a cult of personality, forced to confine with whatever the regime wants. I think that's wrong, in my opinion.
I agree 100%. Wherever you want to, if you want to be a Muslim, Christian, Zoroastrian, whatever you want to do, that should be your choice. It shouldn't be forced on you. It shouldn't be a thing that you are compelled to do. And if you don't do it, you face consequences. That shouldn't be how anybody lives in this world.
I agree. And they show the women back from the other regime, and they just dress like Western women, but now they're like forced to dress how the regime wants them to dress, and that's not good. And yeah, like, for instance, North Korea is like that, and there's been revolts in North Korea, but for some reason they're able to suppress their people better. And I do eventually think they will eventually collapse one day, but for now they are just existing over there. But yeah, with Iran, I think that it'll be good. For my wish for the people is that they eventually could get rid of the regime, have some reform, and go back to normalcy how it was in the past, or they could have a better future, because if they never really hypothetically had the best outcome, they could have the best outcome in the future, and they could be better allies with our hemisphere too, because their people are just being used, like you're saying in your video, or just being used as pawns for the regime, pretty much.
Yeah, exactly. So hopefully they're able to be free from that and then continue on. But quick point with North Korea. North Korea, that whole thing is being propped up by China because of their location. China does not want the American influence from South Korea to spread to the Chinese border, because that'll just tempt a lot of the Chinese to go over there and just be Americans rather than buying into the Chinese system. So That's a thing that is keeping North Korea the way it is. But Persia, Iran is not in that situation. Much bigger country, different history, different everything. So I'm glad they're able to be free. North Korea, on the other hand, that's going to be a much taller task. You're talking about trying to do with China to get them to not be how they are.
Yeah. Now, Vietnam eventually reconciled with the United States, and they seem more, although they're still a socialistic country, it's a mixed economy, but they're still more aligned with us. But yeah, China is huge, and it's like has it on a tight leash. North Korea, it's a little country over its grip. And something I was seeing earlier, my friends were sending me, is that China created these AI robots that can do kung fu really well, and they just work in unison with each other, and they look much more advanced than the Terminator robots. So I think like the last thing we want to do is get these murderous robots to just be able to do those kind of things for the sake of humanity, but also they're using it. So they're building up these robot armies while our civilization is collapsing. So that is something that we should all know about.
For sure, absolutely.
Yeah, so I think that North Korea one day will have freedom at some point. I don't know when that will be, but for Persia, Iran, I'm glad that they are breaking their chains and having a better outlook on life. So, yeah, Iran has an interesting lore mythology to it, going all the way back to Zoroastrianism.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and that is all to say for this call. Thank you, ABL, for taking my call. Shout out to you in chat.
Thanks for the call, man. Definitely appreciate you.
Okay, bye.
All right, great call. Shout out to Alien Space Trip. Shout out to you guys for joining on in. I appreciate you. If you're watching tonight for the Iran coverage, I appreciate you. If you're a regular viewer or you're a combination of both, I appreciate you for that. What I'm going to do tomorrow, I'm going to do a compilation video of the Iranian people talking about what has happened, praising it. I've not found any Iranian people who don't like what happened. I mean, and I want to be fair. I did show some of the liberals and people like that on TikTok. They got two brain cells in their head. When they go like that, it's like dice rolling. It's like they, it's not too much going on. But I tried to find some Iranians who don't like what's happening. But I've not really been able to find it because, again, this has been a thing that's been going on for a very long time, 47 years. People are tired. They were oppressed by the regime since 1979. 81% of the population says they got to go. All right. Let's take one more call here. 828 in the line. Who am I speaking to?
What's up, ABL? It's Lindsay from Candler, North Carolina. How you doing, man?
I'm doing well. About yourself?
I'm good. I just had a quick question for you. Thank you for taking my call. I know it's so late. What is it? Do you understand anything yet as far as UFOs go and Trump declaring anything or releasing any documents or anything like that as of late?
I don't know about that. That's a good question. I would like for him to disclose some things if at all possible, but I don't know much. Hopefully that happens sometime soon. He might want to kind of do that toward the end because we got too much going on. We just got Venezuela, right? And now we got Iran and Cuba. It's a whole lot going on. So maybe toward the end where he kind of like tapers down and he's getting ready to leave, maybe he'll do it at that point. Or it might be Marco Rubio in his first term. He might go ahead and do it. Who knows?
That'd be cool. That would be cool. I'm looking forward to it. Well, hey, man, God bless you. Thank you for taking my call. You rock, and have a great night.
Thanks for the call. Appreciate you.
All right, peace.
All right, shout out to the caller. Great call. All right. That'll be right for me tonight for the calls. I appreciate y'all for being here. If you like what you heard tonight, if you enjoy the content in general, please give the video a thumbs up. Like the video, share the video, do all that good stuff. That'll help me out tremendously. UFOs, do you guys think it'll be disclosure anytime soon that Trump or somebody will come forward and say, hey, we got the UFOs here? I think UFO disclosure is like, I want to say this because I get kind of like sometimes I think UFO disclosure is like low on a totem pole. What's really the big disclosure, he's talking about time, space, and other kind of stuff, inner earth and all kind of like extra stuff. Looking into the future and time traveling, that's something else. Like Kenneth Owens say, shout out to Kenneth Owens. Anyway, shout out to you guys. I appreciate y'all for being here. I'll be back live again on Tuesday on the Instagrams. I apologize for not being on Instagram on this past Tuesday because we had State of the Union address, but I'm back on Instagram this Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I'm back streaming Wednesday, same bat time, same bat place, 8 p.m. Eastern time to right around right now, 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I'm here every day putting out pre-recorded content, long form, short form, whatever you want. If you're not subscribed to the channel yet, please subscribe to me. That'd be fantastic. And hit the bell as well so you get notified whenever I go live or post a new video. All right. Now, do I have all the super chats? I think that I might. Let me just double check right quick. Then I wrap it on up, put the bow on top. But again, shout out to you guys for joining. You guys are the best audience anywhere on these interwebs. If you like what you're hearing so far, you know what to do. Please give the video a thumbs up. Like the video. Do all that good stuff. That'll help me out. Shout out to you guys for watching, retweeting, super chatting, whatever you do. I could not do the show without you. Thank you to the mods for keeping them trolls in check. I appreciate y'all for that as well. Alrighty. I got super chats to read right here. Then I wrap it on up, put the bow on top. Thank you to Twisted Clown who says, ABL virtual baby daddy. I don't know what that means, but it's all good. Thank you to Twisted Clown who says, Wambulance. I appreciate that. All right. I'm not sure what that was in reference to either, but it's all good, Twisted Clown. I appreciate you. Thank you to Eric Thomas who says, I remember when I had my first beer. LOL, this guy's a tool. Hey, man, the most random comments, but it's all right, man. I read it. It's okay. But that will pretty much be a wrap for me. I appreciate you guys. Shout out to the Iranian people. Free Iran. We've done what we had to do. I think we're on the right track. The last I checked, because I've been reading some stuff while I was streaming, 40, not 40 leaders got deleted, including Ayatollah Khamenei. So 40 of them. I think they were all like in one room, which was dumb. Or many of them were in one room on this morning, like 8 a.m. their time. So they said, okay, y'all right there. Boom. It's a wrap. Shout out to the Iranian people. You guys have been asking for this for a long time. And then when Trump said help's on the way, a lot of y'all hit me up. People were DMing me saying, hey, man, like people were DMing me, emailing me, hey, tell Trump to push the button. Please tell him to push the button. Now, I didn't want to press it too much because I knew there was a plan already in place. I knew that it wasn't just going to be like, okay, ABL say something happens. I knew there was a plan in place and they were going to do it when they had to do it, and it's done. And I like the way things are happening right now. I like what happened with Venezuela and Iran. These are not things that are oppressive to people as far as our involvement is what they want. The Venezuelans dancing in the street, the Iranians dancing in the street. And they've been asking for years and years and years, someone come please help. They can't do that much on their own. A lot of these nations, they only have guns. What are they going to do against a regime that's backed by other foreign powers like China and Russia? Because let's not forget about that. It's not just a matter of the Iranian people versus their own people. It's the people, regular civilians versus the regime backed by other regimes. That's the key, because some say, oh, why can't they do it? Well, it's easier said than done. It's much easier said than done when you're dealing with a regime that's backed by the Chinese, the Russians, etc. Okay, let's be the great equalizer. We're going to come in there. We're going to be the big dogs and take care of business. We tried talking. We tried doing diplomatic things. That didn't work. Okay, what's our next step? What's our next course of action? Now, I got to get this boom. I wish that it wasn't that way. I wish we could just do things diplomatically. We could just talk, sit at the table, and come to an agreement. Hey, you want to stop killing your people? You want to stop murdering people? 36,500 people were killed 1 month. Minimum. Probably a lot more than that. Hundreds after that every day. Gunshot back of the head. You want to stop doing that to your own people? Oh, okay, you don't want to do that? Well, there we go. Hey, it's fine. 40 of y'all killing all your people to save thousands, hundreds of thousands, maybe even millions more. And it's what they want. 80% of the country wants it. If you get 50% of the vote in America, you can have a whole president win. 80% overwhelming. It's the decree of the people. So again, shout out to the Iranians. May God bless you and everybody else. So that's pretty much all I got. But until next time, y'all be safe. I'm out, and peace.